bring you the epic Castro Motor Oil Truck Giveaway, where one lucky winner will get a brand new Ford F-150 and then pile the truck bed high with $5,000 worth of their favorite Napa parts and products. Now that's what we call a truck with a serious payload. See complete rules on how to enter without purchase at CastroPromotion.com.
Never know how.
No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Offer ends 6/30/22.
Baltimore Orioles baseball.
A swing and a fly ball deep center. Taylor moving back on the track at the wall, back to back. Odor straight over the 410 marker in center field. And it's a long ball Sunday for the Orioles. They have hit 3 of them. An inning plus into this game and lead 3-0.
Catch all the action right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
If you have family coming over this summer,
The last thing you need is sweaty relatives.
guarantee your air conditioning system is ready to keep everybody cool. Call Delcor. Buy a new train system and make no payments until 2023. It's hard to stop a train. With inflation and high gas prices, you don't need another payment. So buy this month and make no payments until 2023. Go to DelcorInc.com or call 252-321-8868. Delcor, the service professionals.
Join us at Purple Blossom Yoga Studio, Greenville's premier yoga studio, for our wide array of classes, including restorative, power, hot yoga, and more. We even fly into the weekend with our aerial yoga workshops. New to our studio? Check out our special for new yogis. 3 classes for only $30. Check out our website or social media for all the information and up-to-date schedules at Purple Blossom Yoga Studio. Purple Blossom Yoga, where your health and mindset collide and help you transform to a new you.
Before you hit the road this travel season, be sure to get your tires inspected by the tire guys at Greenville Auto World. The Greenville Auto World service team sells all the top brands and economy tires if you need a new set. Need an oil change, state inspection, or AC repair? Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle, and the monthly oil change special is only $29.99. Make an appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business today, come and see someone on our team at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
If you missed Pirate Radio Live, you missed.
I was in New Orleans. We were in the hotel.
Okay.
It was late. We didn't want to go out somewhere to eat, so we just went to the restaurant that's in the hotel.
Okay.
I ordered just a simple cheeseburger, and I asked for pickles.
Oh, you're an extra pickles gal. We've learned that.
Yes,
over the
I
last
love
couple
extra
weeks.
pickles on my burger. The more, the merrier. Took a bite into it, and I was like, wait a minute, that don't taste right.
Man.
I absolutely went on a 10-minute diatribe on how rude and disrespectful
How rude.
Because I swear I thought that waiter did it on purpose.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
Hi.
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 Tabua.
Aub. What about Aub? Safula.
Cool, neat story.
Was that supposed to be funny? There's local politics, bud.
Don't go over the rules. It'll take forever. Let's just get to the draft.
Let's get the pumping.
I got a little taco meat on my chest.
It's gonna be fun. We in the thick. I mean, everybody gonna be loud. I'm gonna be loud with them. I'm gonna screaming too. Like, yeah, let's go, let's do this. You ready for this? I am.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Wednesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Rock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios. Coming to you live on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250. We're on 930. We are online, pr927fm.com, and you can watch the show and be a part of the show on Facebook Live and YouTube. Smash that like button and subscribe to Pirate Radio TV on YouTube. We've got a lot of guests to get to today. We'll have some good discussion of the baseball and football variety because we are bringing back the position previews for ECU football. We'll open up the 2022 position previews today, talk East Carolina quarterbacks. We'll talk about the QB room this year. We'll talk about our favorite QBs of the past. We'll look at the opponents and their quarterbacks in 2022. We'll do that in hour 3 with Stephen Igoe. Before we get there, the prop queen, Ariel Epstein, joins us coming up at 3:25 to talk about her experiences at the Jungle, in the stands, in the press box over the weekend, and also talk some betting as well with Ariel Epstein, formerly of WCTI 12, now with the MLB Network and Yahoo Sports. Scott Rogers will join us to recap the Super Regional Weekend and the 2022 ECU baseball season, and what a season it was for Scooter to get his feet wet as the play-by-play voice of the baseball Pirates. We'll talk to him coming up at 4 o'clock. Patrick Mason. Hey, we'll have some fun with Patrick Mason coming up at 4:25. It'll be fun. We'll talk some baseball with P. Mace. And also, I don't know, talk a little football with him as well. Is he ready for the upcoming football season? We got a summer to go, and then it'll be here. And then, of course, I go hour 3, all things ECU athletics, and our 2022 ECU quarterback position preview. So that is what is on the docket. You've heard a lot of heavy breathing to my left. It is Chandler Honeycutt awaiting to be introduced. Hello, Chandler.
Hello, Clipper.
How's it going?
Going good, bro. Smash the like. Smash
those
the
likes.
sub. Let's go, folks.
Let's go. Shirley Rhodes is here, as is CJ Schaefer. All right, so where to begin? We got a lot of ECU news and notes to get to. We've got portal news. We've got some Pirates in the portal. ECU baseball. So roster reconstruction's done every single year, and this year is no different. And we've got 3 Pirates, according to Stephen Igoe, entering the transfer portal. Joey Rezick, who you saw come in as a pinch runner quite a bit of times in 2022. CJ Boyd, right-handed hitter, and also Bradley Wilson have entered the transfer portal since the conclusion of the baseball season. So those are sometimes initiated by the player, sometimes it's a discussion with the coach, and it's just one of those things that we have to get used to now. So at least 3 guys there entering the portal for East Carolina. Shirley, I saw you had a master sheet, speaking of baseball, of players playing summer ball. Do you have that available and ready to read at this moment? So you don't have to list the teams or whatever, but just if you want to list the leagues and what players are in said leagues for summer ball that we'll be keeping an eye on.
Okay, in the Appalachian League, it'll be Jacob Jenkins Cowart and Ryan McChrystal. In the Cal Ripken League, it'll be Merritt Beaker, Jordan Little, Luke. You're going to have to help me how to pronounce this. Nowak. Eric Ritchie and Jaden Winter. In the Cape Cod League, it'll be Josh Moylan and Carson Wisenhunt. In the
Wiz already pitching, made his debut this weekend while the Pirates were playing.
Yep, sure did. In the Coastal Plains League, it'll be Danny Beal, Joey Barini, and Justin Wilcoxon. For the New England Collegiate Baseball League, it'll be Josh Groves and AMAC, and then in the Valley League, it'll be Cam Clonch, Carter Cunningham, Wyatt Lunsford Shankman, and Trey Yasavage. So no Zach Agnos coming up this summer, which I think he said that there was a possibility he may want to take a summer off and rest his body.
He wants to play baseball nonstop, but the smart thing, and maybe Coach Godwin's decision, was to not have him play. There is one team I need you to list, Chandler. What team? Who was the player that played for that team that we like?
Oh, the Crop Dusters. the team is the Crop.
What's the team, Shirley? What was the player? Do you remember?
The Crop Dusters.
I think there was a couple of Crop Dusters.
We got a couple of.
Jaden Winter.
What city is it, or what town?
It doesn't say.
It literally says Crop Duster Baseball.
That's my kind of baseball right there.
Now I'm going to try to keep up with these guys. The problem is that some of their websites are very, very basic, and a lot of them don't update as regularly. So we'll have to try to keep up with them. I like the Burlington Sock Puppets.
Yeah,
that's a good name.
They got a cool logo.
The Crop Dusters is a team out of Olney, Maryland.
Okay. So that's
don't know where that is.
Are you more of a Crop Duster guy or a Cleveland Steamer guy?
I was being nice over the weekend in the jungle. I would go off to the side.
This is a very personal story.
And rip one.
Oh, plays for the silent but deadly.
The SBDs?
The SBD.
But I had a buddy who's from back home that came up with his girlfriend, and they hung out in the jungle. And the secret signal that I ripped one was. I would go off.
Okay, we got it.
Do my thing, and he would look at me, and I'd just go.
Great time for your mom to chime in with a "Hey, y'all."
Hey, mom, what's going on?
She's really proud right now.
You touched my screen, and it went to Kevin Cozart. What's up, Kevin Cozart? Who's watching us right now?
Yeah, touch screen.
It's touch screen.
That's cool, man. Can I touch it?
Yeah, sure. You want to check out Kevin Cozart?
I want to get Kevin Cozart's big face off your screen.
I just find it hilarious that the host of PRL does not have a touch screen, but the guy who I guess views himself as the co-host.
Shirley, I don't know what you're talking about. He's touching it right now.
I can touch it, just nothing happens when I do it. Let's look at that Facebook chat going on right now. Robert Matthews says hello. Can everybody give me a Corey Glore hello to get this thing going?
Hello.
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 Hello. I can't go that deep.
You had to warm yourself up to that.
Well,
how low can you go?
Now, my voice is a lot deeper. You know, most folks, their voices are a lot deeper when they first wake up in the morning.
Hello.
So mine drops an octave, but I can't do it right now.
Can't do it. Kevin says Bravo's 13 in a row. Hottest team, not only in baseball, but in the universe.
Okay.
Do you think there's aliens playing sports out there?
I hope so.
I'm sure.
I wonder what their organized sports look like. Probably something our minds can't even comprehend. But I want to get in the fantasy league. Trey is still bummed about baseball, but he's jumping the gun a little bit for sure in terms of the David Price Construction Countdown to Kickoff, which we'll have for you on Thursday.
Tomorrow.
But he says 80 days until kickoff, Pirate football.
Well done, Trey. Way to know your days until kickoff on the David Price Construction Countdown to Kickoff, which we will have tomorrow. 80 days today, and I wonder how many there will be tomorrow. We'll
Chandler,
tell you
just
tomorrow.
a quick question. How many people have been asking you?
Oh, a bunch. Don't even get me started.
And you were out at baseball, so all these people were coming up to you.
Dude, I was like, I said, enjoy the baseball. I said, quit asking.
And then they said,
I said, we're in a super regional, and you're coming up here asking me how many days until East
and
football.
asking you is the party back.
And they're like, hey, is the party back? I'm like, how about you tune into Pirate Radio Live on Thursday at 3 o'clock, and we'll let you know.
Buster. Steve L says, Clipper Burgley. A burglary.
A burglary.
All right, there are the sound bites for the day. All right, we've got a fun topic we're going to discuss with Igoe later on in the show, and I put it out to you, the peeps. I had some questions, and we've got so many responses that we'll go ahead and get into a few now before we get to Ariel, and also talk about it when Igoe's here. And we got to get Chandler's answer, because he gave us a tease that he would be giving his answers on the show today. So we're talking quarterbacks hour 3. And usually our position previews, if we do O-line, if we do wide receiver, any other position group, really, we have to dive into it because there's a lot of names. There are questions about starters, who's the second string, all that. With quarterbacks, it's a pretty simple discussion. You've got Holton Ahlers, Mason Garcia, quarterback in waiting, and then we'll touch on the guys that are also in the room. So I figured we should expand that some and talk about QBs of the past. So I put out 4 questions on Twitter and Facebook last night and got some great responses. So thank you for responding. And if you want to chime in now, you can do so. But those questions were, who is your all-time favorite ECU quarterback? Who is the most underrated ECU quarterback? What's your all-time favorite play involving an ECU quarterback? And what opposing quarterback had the best performance against East Carolina that you saw live? I just popped up the answers that came into my head first. All-time quarterback's tough, but I went with the captain, Shane Carden, because great player, great guy, loved the spit in his eye, the leadership, all that stuff. And I picked him as my favorite. You just felt like ECU had a chance with that guy in the huddle every week, even though they didn't huddle a lot. Most underrated quarterback, the award should be called the James Pinckney Award. He's almost my favorite quarterback for how good he was, but also how tough he was playing with a depleted offensive line. And it's just a shame that he couldn't have been with some of those championship teams because he was a really talented quarterback. And we talked to him during the COVID times where we'd go in the Pirate Radio Zoom room, and he is now training quarterbacks down in Florida. So that was cool to catch up with him. Also, let's see, play involving a quarterback could have gone a lot of different ways here, but a QB that can catch is always fun. So I had Shane Carden catching the touchdown with a guy all over him
in the Beef O'Brady Bowl.
In the Beef Bowl, and then so a lot of people just put famous quarterbacks for number 4. Well, we'll get to it in a moment. But one stood out to me because this guy stunk, but he had a huge game against ECU in a game that ECU was favored in. 2007, NC State comes here. Pirates are, quote-unquote, supposed to win the game. Daniel Evans goes 335 yards, 3 touchdowns. NC State smokes East Carolina. And I just remember sitting there saying, this guy is not that good of a quarterback, and he is absolutely torching us. So those were my answers to the question. Chandler, what were your answers? Who was your all-time favorite East Carolina quarterback?
All-time is the captain, Shane Carden. That's my most vivid memories of growing up watching ECU football.
Chandler is in his 20s, by the way.
Yeah.
So, low to mid-20s.
Yeah, so that was like late 8th grade, early to middle high school, watching Shane Carden. So he's not my all-time favorite. Of course, has all these records here at East Carolina. The most underrated ECU quarterback I've been back and forth with. I think I'm going to go with a different Pinckney than you chose, Patrick Pinckney. Because I remember in my younger days watching him be the starting quarterback for ECU, 2-time Conference USA quarterback. 2-time Conference USA champion quarterback. My other one that I was going to choose from was Dominique Davis, but I ended up going with Patrick. So my all-time favorite play involving a quarterback.
Patrick Pinckney could be like the most overachieving quarterback because there was not much expected of him, and Rob Cass was kind of going to be the guy, and Pinckney stepped in and ended up having an awesome career here, 2-time champion QB, along with Cass.
Right. And he ended up going to tight end, Rob Cass. I remember that. What's your all-time favorite player?
Troy says Jeff Blake is all-time best quarterback. Shane Card number 2. Well, Troy, the question was, who is your all-time favorite ECU quarterback? Thank you for not playing the game correctly.
Thanks, Troy.
All right.
What's your all-time favorite play involving a quarterback? I'm going to go probably James Summers.
Oh, yeah.
And against Virginia Tech. Because, one, this was a guy that a lot of Pirate fans just learned about maybe that week. They learned the name James Summers. Who is James Summers? And he comes in. He's not only throwing the football, but he makes that awesome play in the rain. And I remember whatever crowd was left there, because it was a downpour for the a whole half of football there in Dowdy Ficklen Stadium that day. I remember getting so hyped watching that play, him knocking that guy down for Virginia Tech, and then at the end of the game, Coach Ruff saying, "Grown ass man,
Gam, that boy's a gam,
grown ass man." So that's probably my all-time favorite.
That was awesome,
involving a quarterback. What opposing quarterback had the best performance against ECU you saw live? I put this out on Twitter yesterday. I liked a lot of people's responses to this one.
Yeah,
it took me back a lot of memories reading some of the people's responses. But the one that I remember,
bad memories.
Yeah, this one actually ended up pretty good for the Pirates. This game, ECU Old Dominion. When I read this question, I immediately remembered leaving Dowdy Ficklen Stadium with my dad after that game, thinking, "Man, I'm glad the Pirates got this one because that was tough." Who is that quarterback for the Monarchs? Taylor Heineke, 338 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, and he was phenomenal that day for Old Dominion. That's my answer for number 4.
And who knew years later we'd be sitting in this room watching him play a playoff game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and becoming Tony Dunn's hero.
Heineke the hero!
So, okay, that's a good memory because he put up a huge performance, but the Pirates won the game. So those were the questions. If you'd like to chime in on those, you can.
A lot of people saying Case Keenum in 2009, which was a crazy
his stat line.
But also,
CJ, pull up that for me while I'm doing some stuff.
Lost to the Pirates that day, December 5th.
ECU Houston Conference USA Championship. Give me Case Keenum's stat line, please, sir. All right, let's look at some of your answers. Doug Smith says his all-time favorite QB is David. Oh, well, yeah, I'll get to this with Igoe. He says David Garrard. Most underrated quarterback, James Summers. Most memorable play involving a QB, got this answer a lot. Dominique Davis to Justin Jones, the Hail Mary against Tulsa. And then this was a popular answer, too, for best performance he saw live by an opposing quarterback. And this one brings up bad memories. That was Byron Leftwich in the GMAC Bowl. The game we shall not talk about.
I was 3 years old at that time.
Mike P's favorite QBs, David Garrard. Most underrated, Patrick Pinckney, Hail Mary, and Case Keenum were his answers. Steve Hill likes Captain Carden. Dominique Davis is most underrated, Hail Mary, Case Keenum. Shane Carden, James Summers. James Summers' TD run gets another run from Ben here. And he says Case Keenum. I'm trying to find some different responses here. Travis Barkley's favorite quarterback is Jeff Blake. Most underrated is Danny Gonzalez. He says a similar QB run. He says his favorite play involving a quarterback was David Garrard having 2 West Virginia players bounce off him as he scores a touchdown in 2000. And then he says best QB performance, Chris Redman. I remember him from Louisville. 1998, goes 44-56, 592 yards. Remember, this is 1998, so these things didn't happen like they do today. 6 touchdowns. He says, although Kevin Monroe, no flags on the field, had a 100-yard pick 6 in that game. Sounds like a wild one. Good stuff, Travis. Do you have those numbers for us for Case Keenum in that conference championship game?
I do. 56 for 75.
Good God.
527 yards, 5 touchdowns, 3 picks. QBR was 85.
I mean, that's stupid. That's
video game numbers.
75
That is annoying.
56 completion?
That's annoying 9-year-old video game numbers. Like just spamming the pass.
That's like running up the score on a kid in Madden type numbers.
Yeah.
7 carries for 12 yards if you want to add
But
on
I mean,
that.
Case Keenum, we remember his days at Houston. He was, and it also felt like he was there for 10 years at Houston. But lit it up. He lit it up that day. But sorry, Case. Pirates prevail.
If you remember the name, James Cleveland had 19 receptions for 241 yards in that game as well.
They had another receiver that was really good too.
Yeah.
God, what was his name?
Let me scroll back down. Charles Sims.
Carrier?
Oh, yeah. Carrier.
Last name
Yeah.
Carrier.
11 receptions, 94 yards.
Yeah. So, not a great game.
I do have
Only 11 catches.
I do have a memorable play that not many people. Now, Jonathan might remember it because he was the one that came up with the name. I can't remember the quarterback that threw it. I want to say it was Rob Cass, but don't quote me on that. but it was the Miracle in the Mine Shaft.
It was Cass.
Was it Cass?
The Missile Hail Mary.
The Missile Hail Mary.
Which was brought up as a response by somebody. But yeah, that's a good one. That's an underrated, memorable play because you don't see a lot of Hail Marys zipped in there. And then the receiver, I want to say it was Crowell. Juwan Crowell, was that the receiver?
That sounds right,
I think
but
that was it.
I can't remember. I just remember it being a very late night game, and that certainly helped because it was like 1 or 2 in the morning before we ever got out of here.
I was watching at Bowley's going insane. I remember that.
That was 07. What channel was good? What channel were they?
CSTV.
Oh my God, I missed those days. Actually, I do not miss those days.
They had like it was a triangle megaphone-ish.
I was gonna say either CSTV or Masson.
Yeah.
Remember our games being on Masson a lot?
I do.
Ugh.
All right. I love this discussion, but we have to take a timeout.
No.
Good.
Man. We have to listen to our great sponsors.
All right, let's do that. And we'll get back to this discussion because we have a ton more responses, and you can get yours in as well.
And we'll talk more with Stephen Igoe about it coming up.
That is correct, sir. All right, Nick, the Russell Wilson NC State overtime game was 2010, right? Ruffin McNeil's first year.
Yes.
Damon Magazoo, interception.
Yes.
2010.
Trey asking if I know who Rob Cass is.
Do you know who
Trey.
Rob Cass
I know who Rob Cass is.
Prove
baby.
it. Prove it.
I know who he is. I know who he is. He got suspended before the Virginia Tech game in 07.
That's true.
His name is not Davis.
His name is not Davis. What does he do now? What line of work?
He is a police officer.
No, he's not. But you said it with your chest.
I thought he was.
He's in the ring business.
Ah,
he makes some rings.
But Trey, that's the era of ECU football where I got kind of started in getting emotionally invested. So, yes, I remember who Rob Cass is.
In your face, Trey.
The Rob Cass.
Face. All right, Ariel Epstein joins us when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
And I'm going to go sing with DJ Captain Morgan for karaoke at The Buck.
Well, that sounds like fun. I have to work. Well, what are you up to this weekend?
Well, believe it or not, I'm going to go listen to some live music Friday and Saturday night at The Buck.
Live music all weekend long, really?
Yep, all weekend. And they also have the biggest high-definition screen to watch all the sporting events on Sunday Fun Day.
I'm going to have to go check that out.
Yeah, just check out The Buck on Facebook or Instagram for all the information. The Buck.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi-Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available. Visit us at beautybarmedispa.com. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Go Pirates!
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the black conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
The Dickinson Avenue Public House is a lively and diverse restaurant in Greenville that utilizes fresh and local ingredients. With influences of Creole, Asian, and upscale Southern cuisine, the Dickinson Avenue Public House offers a seasonally rotating menu and a full-service bar with rotating craft brews on tap. Come to the intersection of 8th and Dickinson and enjoy $1 off drafts on Tuesday, half-price flights on Wednesday, half-price wine bottles on Thursday, and $1 oysters Tuesday through Friday from 5:30 to 7. For more details, check out their website at daphousenc.com.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show. Hosts Mark Greenhelge and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're gonna love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
Make a splash with Bassett Triple Summer Savings from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Hot looks, cool styles. Kick back, relax, and upgrade your seats and save. Buy any regular price Bassett recliner, sofa, or sectional and get $50 to $150 off every additional seat with free local delivery plus 12 months special financing. Shop our wide selection on in-stock bedrooms, dining rooms, and other living rooms. And save the sales tax and get free local delivery now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Hey, Be More! The Orioles 2022 Birdland Summer Music Series presented by Miller Lite kicks off Friday, June 17th with Flo Rida. After the O's take on the Tampa Bay Rays, stay for the post-game concert and watch Flo Rida perform live from the infield. The concert is free to all fans who attend the game, with the option to add special on-field access. With hit singles like My House and his latest single, Wait, what better way to watch Flo Rida perform live at Camden Yards on June 17th? Buy tickets now at Orioles.com/music.
This is CJ Mayhew, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The best place in Greenville to unwind after work and have fun is AJ McMurphy's. AJ's has daily food and drink specials and an awesome patio, perfect for some outdoor dining. And there's something for everyone every weeknight, including sports trivia with our very own Clip Rock on Wednesday nights. AJ's has live music every Friday and Saturday with no cover charge, and brunch every Sunday. You can make today an AJ's Day, and coming up in the 5 o'clock hour, we'll have a $25 gift card from AJ's to give away in our Pirate Radio booty bag. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you here on a Wednesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. A lot of baseball talk, a lot of football talk. Time to, as Bob Seeger said, turn the page to football season. And we will do that today with Stephen Igoe from Hoist the Colors. We'll have our quarterback position preview and also talk about QBs from yesteryear. Chandler Honeycutt's here. What are you doing? All right, let's do, while she's getting Ariel, so these are the headphones here. That would be this one over here. That one's mine. That would be yours.
Okay.
And you can control your own headphones.
Testing.
How you doing?
Testing.
Doing
testing.
good?
Testing. Oh yeah.
All right.
That's it right there.
We'll do this off the air next time. All right. I'm getting thumbs up from Shirley and CJ that we do have Ariel Epstein, Yahoo Sports, and MLB Network joining us on the Pirate Radio Live line. Ariel, how are you today?
I'm great, Cliff. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for joining us. Great to see you this weekend, Ariel. As you are a jet setter, you just go everywhere where something fun is happening, and that happened to be Greenville, North Carolina, and the Super Regional this weekend. So how did what made you decide to come down to Greenville to hang out with your old friends this past weekend?
My old friends, duh. No, I was on the way to MLB Network on Friday. I was in the Uber. Didn't even buy my train ticket yet because I take an Uber to the train station, which I then have to take to MLB Network. I'm in the Uber. I see ECU baseball go up 7-4. I said, oh, no, I'm going. There is no chance that if ECU wins this game, that I'm going to miss them potentially winning for a trip to Omaha for the first time ever. Instead of buying my train ticket that I needed to get to work, I went and bought a flight round trip to and from Raleigh, booked a rental car, and made sure that at 5 a.m. Saturday morning I was up and ready to go to leave for the airport, and made it just in time for the second inning of the game on Saturday.
Wow. Well, you did your part. You got here. You supported the Pirates. You had a good time. Unfortunately, the Pirates came up short against the Texas Longhorns, and we'll talk betting with you, Ariel. I saw that Texas is either has the best odds or tied for the best odds to win the College World Series. So that was a really good team that we saw this weekend, and just couldn't keep up with the bats there on Sunday.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because the bats were so hot Friday. They were hot Saturday, too. The pitching was also a big issue on Sunday, and unfortunately, it just felt like a few years ago where ECU ended up, having every chance in the world to win that game at Texas Tech, and they couldn't get the job done. But this team was a team that I've been watching for a lot of the year. I really just enjoy watching ECU baseball. It was one of the few sports that I was able to have a really fun ride with when I was covering teams in Eastern North Carolina. I was watching a lot of the season, and at the beginning of parts of the year, everyone was really down on them. I was down on them. People just thought the season was over when they were 14-13. I don't like to take much credit because I'm not on the team, but, I mean, that team did go on a 20-game win streak after I was there for the Cincinnati series.
Well, and it came to an end while you were there, too, just to put you back down to earth.
I wasn't bringing that part up. I was actually bringing up the win streak.
Okay, all right, fair enough. I know in the gambling world, you talk about the win streak, not the losses, right?
Once losses start happening, you start to fade off Twitter a bit.
I hear you. I understand. All right, Ariel, we saw you in the press box, so you enjoyed it from that perspective. I was also asked to ask you how much you enjoyed your Jell-O shot with Troy D, but how much did you enjoy the jungle part of the games this weekend?
The jungle was the highlight of my entire weekend. I never really get too much time out in the jungle because I was usually always working. On Saturday, I got to the game late, so I didn't get to go out there either. Sunday, although a 6-hour rain delay is extremely not ideal, it was so much fun to be able to sit out there in the jungle for all that time. The people were incredible. The fact that they sat out through a 6-hour rain delay the entire time, drinking, singing karaoke. I actually give the jungle a shout-out, too, because I couldn't find any seltzers. It was really disappointing. It was the second rain delay. All I wanted was a seltzer. I don't drink beer. No one had seltzers left. Everyone's out. I end up going to actually, I'm not going to say this. I'll probably get someone in trouble. Anyway, I broke a few rules and I got a seltzer. That's what I'm going to leave it at. But my Jell-O shot with Troy D was great. It was a really good Jell-O shot. I'm so glad that I wasn't hungover the next day on my flight.
Ariel Epstein getting the job done however possible this weekend at Clark LeClaire Stadium. Ariel, let's talk about what you're up to now. MLB Network, Yahoo Sports, and I don't think we've had you on the show since you've become a regular on MLB Network. Unfortunately, I don't get MLB Network, but I see the clips thanks to social media. But how is that going for you? I mean, that's a dream come true, right?
It's a dream come true. I've been dreaming about being part of Major League Baseball since I was 9 years old. Knowing that my co-host now, Matt Excursion, is the reason that I'm there just makes it all the more worth it. He's one of the biggest names in baseball. To know that he was the one that said, hey, I want her to be my co-host, it really meant a lot to me. Getting to then go in person, I mean, that is the real dream come true. When I was doing remote for the first few weeks as we were just getting the show started, it felt cool. I watched it back. I said, oh my gosh, I'm on MLB Network, except I was still doing it from my home studio in my apartment in the city. Once MLB said, okay, fine, let's bring you in, I went and saw that field that they have, the studio that's like a stadium. Once I went into Studio 42, I said, wow, I cannot believe it. And I've been there before. I just was there for more networking. I wasn't there to work. To know that it all came full circle, that I was asked to come there to actually work, was really cool.
That is awesome stuff. Ariel Epstein joining us. And Ariel, you come from a sports family. You talk about how much you go to Yankee Stadium with your family and things like that. I remember, I think you showed a video, like it was it a Knicks playoff game, or it might have been regular season game, but during a commercial break, they showed you and like your family's reaction to it. So I know, you know, your parents, your family have to be excited to see you talking about the Yankees and all the other teams, right?
My family absolutely loves it. It was a dream of mine when I was younger because, you know, everyone just hopes that their grandparents live as long as possible. Everyone hopes that their family or their grandparents or their parents are at their weddings. I was always hoping that my grandparents would be around to watch me get onto television in New York. I didn't know where. I just knew I wanted to be on TV in New York so that my grandparents could watch it. They were loyal when I was in North Carolina. Let me tell you, those two, they were on their laptop live streaming the WCCI News Channel 12 newscast every single night that I was on.
They were the only people in New York that knew New Bern and Havelock rosters in football, probably.
Until Hurricane Florence, and everyone knew where New Bern was on the map, unfortunately.
Yeah.
They knew, my dad too. My dad would always talk about Havelock football or ECU and whatnot. So they became big fans of Eastern North Carolina just from watching my stuff. I just always wanted them to watch me in New York. So it's been really cool these last few years that my family's been able to do that.
And Ariel, how do you separate yourself? You got to have a gimmick. You have to have a brand, and your brand is the prop queen. And for baseball, and this has been going on for a while now, but your over under strikeouts for starting pitchers, as you know, I'm going to say it's your thing. I don't know if you claim it to be your thing, but that seems to be a strength, or at least something you keep going back to. So is that your best, I guess, money maker in the betting world? You going with the over under strikeouts every night?
Strikeout props are my absolute favorite. It's actually what I made the prop queen name on. Strikeout props back in 2019, 2020. I started jumping into them. I had a really good year during COVID season in 2020 with the strikeout prop. People were messaging me. The most respectable handicappers in Vegas were messaging me saying that they tail my strikeout prop. I couldn't believe it. It was the first time that I had some of these people that I really, really looked up to in betting. They were reaching out. That's when I said, oh, okay, so this prop thing, I know the props. I started diving into the props for all the other sports too. Strikeout props was just always what I've been able to find some kind of edge in for the market. Now, don't ask me about them in the playoffs. The playoffs are extremely sharp. They're really hard. There's not a lot of games to choose from. It's really more of a regular season thing when you have a huge slate of games.
And this is your, baseball knowledge. You know the players and everything, but you do the work. There's a ton of data, not only on the pitcher, but the opponent they're facing, and day game, night game, road, home, all that stuff goes into it. So with all that being said, Ariel, while you're here, can you give us a freebie or two for tonight? Who are you looking at for tonight in Major League Baseball?
You got it. Anything for you, Clip Rock. First, I'm going with one play that's extremely scary. People love plus money, though, which means that you make more money than what you bet. So if you put $100 down on this, you win $110. I like the Yankees lefty Nestor Cortez under 5.5 strikeouts. The reason that this is basically an underdog for betting the under and why the book doesn't think it's going to happen is because Cortez at home has been extremely good. He's gone over this number in pretty much every home game this year, except the first one against the Toronto Blue Jays. Here's why I like the under, though. The Tampa Bay Rays have the lowest K rate against left-handed pitchers. Lefty starters, 3-11 over under their K prop, averaging 2.5 strikeouts to start. When Cortez has gone up against a team that has a bottom 15 K rate, he's had 7 games against them. 5 of 7 have gone under 5.5 strikeouts. This Rays team doesn't strike out much against southpaws. I'm going under 5.5 strikeouts on Cortez at plus 110. I also am going with an under for Spencer Strider, Atlanta's right-hander. The Washington Nationals have the 5th lowest K rate against righties. Strider has not gone over 6.5 strikeouts yet this year. It's under 6.5, not 5.5. If I said 5.5, he has not gone over 6.5 strikeouts yet this year up against the team with a bottom 15 K rate against righties. I like that under as well. And if you want one that's about to start, Sonny Gray, the Minnesota Twins, I'm going with his under 4.5 strikeouts. He's up against the Seattle Mariners. For some reason, Gray decided to not have a rehab start after his stint on the IL with a pectoral strain for the last 15 days. he's just coming straight off the IL with the bullpen session. And the Seattle Mariners, he had 4 strikeouts against in his first start of the year. The Mariners have a low K rate this year. In 4 of their last 5 games, they haven't had over 4.5 strikeouts against the righty. I'm going under on Sonny Gray as well today.
Cortez and Gray under, and like I said, puts in the work, has the data, knows the numbers, impressive stuff. Ariel Epstein joining us. Ariel, I ask you this every time you come on. I'm a 40-year-old man. I know that athletes are human beings. Some are awesome, some are scumbags, just like the rest of us. But I still get a little starstruck when I see one in person. So, do you have an update on the coolest people you've gotten to meet? Who have you been starstruck by lately, other than seeing me on Saturday and Sunday?
I was really starstruck by Troy Dreyfus. I'm just kidding.
He'll be talking about that forever.
Just kidding. Who was I starstruck by recently? That's a great question.
I mean, you hang out with Matt Vasgersian. That would do it for me, but I don't know.
I know, but Matt I've already boosted his ego too much recently.
Yeah.
So I've got to really tone it down. You know what it is? We really don't get to really meet too many people at MLB because our time of our show is so in the middle of the schedule.
Right.
So I haven't really had a really cool story yet, but I hope to report back at some point soon.
All right. Let me know. Let me know when that happens.
I will. Everybody who I met in the jungle, though, I was pretty starstruck, especially because walking around, I mean, I was there right out of college and then I was there for about 3 years after that. Being able to go back and see how many people remembered me down there, it was just so cool because all I wanted was to have an impact on some people down there, or hope that people do remember me when I come back, because I feel like Eastern North Carolina is one big family. New York, please, you could drown here, no one knows, but in Eastern North Carolina, people care, so I really just appreciated how warm everybody was when I came back.
That's awesome. Show the love, and you'll receive that love back. Ariel Epstein joining us today. Ariel, always great to catch up with you. We'll do it again later on this summer and on into the fall, but keep up the awesome work. We're, like you said, we're still pulling for you down here in Eastern North Carolina, so awesome to see your success, and we'll talk again soon.
Thanks so much, Clip, for having me on, and good luck later tonight.
All right, sports trivia. AJ's coming up tonight, and Ariel's got some prop bets for us. So big night, big sports night on tap. And Rush, we got to head to Virginia after the show, Chandler, to get those bets in legally.
Yep, we got to hit the road as soon as 6 o'clock hits.
About an hour and a half.
We'll make it. Don't worry.
Then we'll be back in time. Yeah, plenty of time.
No, it'll be fine. Yeah. It's fine.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap up the hour with more ECU QB talk, because I want to get to all of the answers and having a pretty good discussion about it. So we'll do that when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Adam tweeting in sports trivia happening tonight. Adam, every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Yes, is it Wednesday?
Adam, really, dude?
Attaboy. Adam. Yes, Adam, tonight, 8 o'clock. Come on.
See you there, Adam.
We'll be back after this.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,000 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County, who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org, or go directly to our job postings at bit.ly/PCS employment. That's bit.ly/PCS employment. Pitt County Schools, engaging, empowering, and elevating every student and every staff member every single day.
The only way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the only way to get it is at Jersey Mike's, because authentic ingredients make a sub above. Jersey Mike's would like to dedicate the next 3 seconds to our new grilled portobello mushroom and Swiss sub. Trust us, it tastes good too. Because fresh ingredients make a sub above.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
My whole business just went up in flames, but my agent was there before the fire was out. We started a plan. I've got 25 employees who could be out of a job if we didn't get this place running again. My independent agent and auto owner's insurance, they made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. That's incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there.
This is Brian Smith with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. If you're looking for wings to be delivered to your home, Wings Over Greenville has you covered with no third party needed. Wings Over Greenville has its own in-house delivery service. Be sure to try the all-new tender sandwiches by ordering ahead on the Wings Over mobile app. Open till 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday, Wings Over has everything to cure those late-night munchies. Give them a call at 758-9464. Wings Over Greenville. They deliver.
Hey everybody, this is David Glenn, and you're listening to my favorite station in Eastern North Carolina, Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the close to 57,000 followers today. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live here on a Wednesday.
By the way, Clip, I was reading Nick Henson's comment on Facebook again. He asked Russell Wilson, NC State ECU overtime game, was it 08? He technically could be right.
Oh.
Because the 08 game was also in overtime. I looked it up while
Is that for the best performance question? I see. Okay. Yeah, that was a different game.
But 2010 was also an overtime game.
One went our way, one went their way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, sorry, Nick, if you're talking about that one. You also just saw a tweet. So last week, one of the answers to sports trivia question at AJ's was Cheryl Swoops. I think it was, because we did a Eric Ward tribute round. And Eric has spent time working at Texas Tech, so that's where I got it from. But you did you know who that was?
No.
And you just saw a tweet that said she played 1-on-1 against Michael Jordan. But just kind of a great. This is what happens at sports trivia. You had a guy at your table, Bobby.
Bobby says, Cheryl. And then there's another teammate of mine on 100%.
No. I think you got that backwards. I think he said her last name, right?
Oh, yeah. He said
He just said a sound.
He says swoops. And then Ben,
and then
who's
another
also,
teammate
that's on my team, 100% at AJ's at Wednesday nights. He goes, Cheryl Swoops. looks at me, and I'm the one that goes up there to give you the answer, and I'm like, I'm going with it. I don't know who the hell this person is. I'm going to go with it. Cheryl Swoops was the answer.
That's how answers are made. Nobody's really super confident, but there's some part in your brain, you've heard that name before, and it clicks, and it's just it's funny how the human
body
eye
was like swoops.
Cheryl Swoops was the answer. All right. I don't think CJ's team got that because they're too young. The Young Bucks.
I don't know how his team finishes. They place just about every week. They got some.
You calling nefarious actions on them?
I mean, they're a bunch of youngins, dude. I mean, I'm a youngin too, but like,
what's in your secret sauce?
We
CJ?
got a baseball encyclopedia at our table. That's the secret sauce.
I'll say that is good for this time of year because there's a lot of baseball questions going on. So that helps out. What is your strength? Strength.
Basketball and all of the like non-major sports questions you have.
Pro basketball?
Yes. I would say pro.
Yeah, NBA's definitely got to be yours.
Yeah.
And then anytime I go NASCAR,
wrestling,
by the
soccer.
way, there is one pro wrestling question tonight.
Wow. Now I got to make sure this team comes.
Oh, y'all might be MIA?
Yeah, we got lots of people listed questionable on the injured report. This is getting weird.
So you're probable, everybody else is questionable. But you could be downgraded.
Well, if you're not there, we'll send you the question and see if you can get it right.
Well, he'll get the pro wrestling question right.
We shall. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see, Jeff.
All right. Question of the day. Questions of the day. Favorite all-time ECU quarterback. Most underrated all-time ECU quarterback. Favorite play involving an ECU quarterback. Best opposing ECU quarterback that you saw live. You have something?
No, go ahead.
All right. Let's go to Alex.
I was going to say, we want to hear your answer. We want to hear your answer. And while you do show us your answer on Facebook or YouTube Live, maybe Twitter, smash the like. Smash the like.
A lot of people not smashing the like today.
No smashing today. Where's the smashing at?
See if anybody's on YouTube with any answers, please, sir. And see if my favorite spam bot's there, because I'm going to click that link later on. David Garrard, favorite for Alex. Danny Gonzalez, most underrated. Favorite QB moment. Julius Peppers tried to push Garrard down in the end zone at UNC after the whistle, and Garrard just laughed at him. That's a cool memory. And then most impressive opposing QB performance. He says Keenan Reynolds had like 18 touchdowns one time. There was a lot of Navy quarterbacks mentioned. He said honorable mention to Mike Vick on the Thursday night primetime game. The hype was crazy. I was at that game, and I don't think Vick did that much. I mean, it was cool to see him live, but that was a lot of beamer ball and turnovers. But yeah, it was cool to see that Vick team there on that Thursday evening. Went to the game with one Tony Dunn.
Oh, wow.
Back then. Heath says Jeff Blake, James Pinckney. Jeff Blake's 2-point conversion versus Pittsburgh in 91. Seen that play, heard that play, wasn't there for it, but absolute madhouse. And then for best performance against East Carolina, saw this name pop up a lot last night. Gus Frerotte. You know where he went to college? Tulsa. Correct.
Well, I was trying to think of because I saw it on Twitter last night, and I was like, Tulane. Tulsa.
You nailed it.
Got it.
Tulsa's Gus Frerotte in 1993 in the rain. That was not at that one, but heard a lot about it.
Huh? So. I've never heard of that one.
That's why we do this, Chandler. This is.
I'm glad we do it because now I know.
Let's see if we've gotten any different answers than I've said so far. Leftwich and him. Oh, of course. Brad says his favorite play involving a quarterback is Blake DeFisher, and he also goes with Gus Frerotte. He says future pro Chris Penn, who I want to say was a Chief, caught the ball perfectly in the rain all day long.
I think you already said this one, but most recently, Jack Chambers was said on Twitter. The Charleston Southern quarterback from this past year.
Yeah. He was impressive. I do not like that guy, and unfortunately, he's now on NC State. If I'm State, I'm finding a way to get him in the game. Gary, who is this kid?
Jack Chambers. Touchdown State!
Thank you, Gary. The Bumpus's dog. I don't know what that is.
My God.
Is that bad?
I feel like that's a derogatory term.
All right. So
I don't know, but that just sounded bad.
I don't know what this is, but he says he's going with Shirley's answer earlier off the board with his QB play. Rob Cass, Miracle in the Mine Shaft. Great memory there. And then he said, not sure if running the option counts, but that guy from Navy put up like 149 points on us. A lot of Navies up here. Let's see. Any other answer? Okay, Mr. Leggett. Met him over the weekend. Joe Leggett says David Garrard's favorite. Kevin Ingram, 1983, most underrated. Okay. Jeff Blake, 1991 at Syracuse for his QB memory. And Tracy Ham, Georgia Southern. Can't say I'm familiar with that name. So Joe is going back, an old football manager back in the day for ECU, taking us down a walk on memory lane. All right, so Joe, kind of old school. Holden, kind of new school. He became a fan when he was a student in 17.
Oh, cool.
So his favorite quarterback's Holden Ahlers. Most underrated quarterback's Holden Ahlers.
Okay.
Memory, Tyler Snead touchdown pass to Ahlers in the Marshall comeback. And then he says Jack Chambers.
That's where I saw that from Holden.
Steve said, oh, damn. Sometimes I just retweet these before I look at them. His opposing quarterback memory said small sample size, but Stephen Garcia, South Carolina in Charlotte.
Oh.
And if you remember, the Pirates were up double digits, multiple scores.
17-0.
Is that what it was?
In Charlotte in 2011?
And then
yes.
Garcia was suspended for something, didn't start the game. He comes in and everything changes.
Yes.
And that one went from a lead at halftime to a blowout.
I want to say the lead at halftime was Pirates 17, Gamecocks 0.
I don't think that's true.
Oh, sorry.
But we can look it up.
I'll look it up.
CJ, look it up.
I'll look it up.
That's going to be hard.
No, I'm going to look it up. Because you know what? I've actually changed my mindset on this stuff. When
You decided to work?
Yeah.
What changed?
A lot, man. A lot. We'll have to talk about it off the air.
What's the score? Can you not do math? 24-14.
All right. That was tough. All right. I thought it was 17-0. It was 17-0 at one point.
Okay. All right. Is that a fact?
That's a fact. Let's look it up.
All right. Look it up.
Box score.
Nope. Don't do that.
Recap.
Yep. Nope. Go to
play-by-play.
Nope.
Go to Game Pass. Play-by-play.
Go to play-by-play.
Go to play-by-play.
This will tell you.
17-0.
Nailed it. Way to go, buddy.
Woo! Pirates lost.
So Steve
they
says...
put up 56 points?
Yeah, it got crazy third quarter. How many they scored in the third?
28 points in the third.
What's this, Doug Williams?
Come on. What is this?
35. Patrick Peaney is his favorite quarterback. How about this? Most underrated ECU quarterback. Steve says, as a longtime member of the Holden Ahlers Hater Club, I'd say Holden. He stuck it out and battled to become better. Interesting. All right, we'll go over some more of these later on. What you got?
I'll break into programming to show you this. What does that say?
Oh.
What does that say right there, Clip Rock?
Earlier today, I was bragging that I got a follow that Chandler was going to be jealous of. And that follow was from one of Chandler's favorite pitchers for East Carolina, Danny Beal.
And guess what, folks?
And guess what just happened? He just got that elusive follow.
Follows you.
And you hadn't followed him back.
Well,
Don't follow him back.
No, he just followed me 4 minutes ago.
Don't follow him back. Show him you're the boss.
No.
Yeah.
I already have by him following me first. And then I got to be like, all right, but what's up, buddy?
So you're giving him like a pity follow.
No. I got to follow the guy.
Don't
He followed me.
Just give him a day.
Am I social media ghosting right now?
Play it cool. It's like
big leaguing.
You don't call or text right back. You got to let it simmer for a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's play this thing cool and see how it goes.
Yeah. Is there a way that he could see that I saw his notification that he followed me?
He could watch the show.
And can I go watch tomorrow? Or I can follow him tomorrow?
Yeah.
Or I can literally follow him late tonight and say, "Are you up?"
What is going on?
That's a good move. That's a pro move.
And then during the season,
just be like,
then during the season, I'm going to text them and be like, "You warmed up? Not you up, but add warm in there."
There certainly are things being said in there right now.
Like, see it when he's in the bullpen. Are you warmed up?
But if you do, when you follow him and DM him later, you up, make sure you say, "Hey man, I've been busy today. Just saw that you followed me."
Yeah,
I don't know
been
when.
so busy. Didn't talk about you for about 5 minutes on Pirate Radio Live today.
All right, play it cool, man. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Make sure and go ahead and change your profile picture to that picture.
Nah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm doing it right now.
Oh, I don't know, man. You're coming on too strong. He's going to unfollow you now. When we return, we'll talk to Scooter about the 2022 East Carolina baseball season, the Super Regional, and his first year as the voice of the baseball Pirates. We'll have our exit interview with Scott Rogers when we return on Pirate Radio Live on a Wednesday after this.
It's back. The Pirate Radio Football Kickoff Party, presented by Bud Light, is back on Thursday, September 1st. Before the Pirates host the Pack on Labor Day weekend, Pirate Radio will once again be throwing the best party of the year to help kick off football season. Come join us to celebrate the start of Pirate Radio's 20th football season, as we'll be joined by this year's entertainment, The Breakfast Club. Enjoy your summer, and we'll see you Thursday night, September 1st, at the State Theater in downtown Greenville. We are Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar. Join us at the Rick House for mouth-watering steaks and made-from-scratch pastas. Check out the 16-ounce cowboy steak or the seafood delight pasta. Join us for our legendary brunch on Sundays from 10 to 2. The Rick House can feed your larger crowds with off-site catering and room for 125 in our adjacent banquet hall. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
Your power's out. There's a water leak. What do? For these and other utility-related emergencies, you need service, and you want it fast. There are two things you can do to get the quickest response if you're a GUC customer. First, you can call the hotline at 1-855-767-2482 and report any utility-related emergency. That number is also on GUC.com. Or second, you can give GUC your phone number. The hotline process is quickest when their account records have your current phone number. Service you can count on. Greenville Utilities.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Pirate fans, get ready for a winning season and team up with Quality Equipment, your local John Deere dealer and proud sponsor of the ECU Pirates. When you do business with us, you'll get things done right. We're proud to offer a large selection of new and used John Deere equipment, a fully stocked parts department, and a highly trained staff who is here to support you throughout the life of your equipment. So get quality done right before every ECU game day and visit QualityEquip.com.
America's favorite light beer, Bud Light, is also the official beer of the ECU Pirates. When planning your fun times at the pool, river, beach, or backyard grilling, be sure to pick up some Bud Light at your favorite retailer. Bud Light carefully brews their beer to be perfect for anywhere there is fun. Because when there's fun, Bud Light is there. Have fun this summer, Pirate Nation, and always stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness.
Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Town Insurance is your premier independent insurance agency. From maximizing opportunities to minimizing risk, Town's insurance advisors offer expert professional advice to clients of all sizes. For personal or business insurance questions, call 756-8300 today. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here is Clip Brock.
All right, hour 2, Pirate Radio Live. We got P. Mace, Patrick Mason, joining us. He was there all weekend at Clark LeClaire Stadium. So we'll wrap up the baseball season with Patrick, talk about some of the names in the portal that popped up today for ECU baseball, and more. Look around Major League Baseball as well. Steve and Igoe, Hoist the Colors, hour 3. We are talking quarterbacks on the show today. So looking forward to that discussion as we'll start diving into football. But more baseball to be discussed. We'll do it right now with Scott Rogers, the play-by-play voice of ECU baseball. What a year for him to dive in head first to Pirate baseball. And you saw a fantastic season, Scooter, and the closest we've ever been to getting to Omaha, and it did not happen again, unfortunately. But what a ride they took you on this year.
It was awesome this season, and just from start to finish, kind of not really saying thrown into this job, but it came up quick at the beginning of the year, and just what a year it was for Pirate baseball, just from starting the year 1-5 and then hosting a super regional and a couple outs away from going to Omaha.
Scooter, I hadn't really brought this up this week. Do you have any insight on like who was really pushing for the game to be played Sunday night? Because I asked that in the press box to people, and they're like, I don't know. Is it ECU? Is it Texas? Is it ESPN? Is it the NCAA? Like, do you have any answers on that?
I don't, but I would assume it was the NCAA and ESPN, just probably with TV time slots the next day.
Yeah, I guess so, but there was only 2 games on Monday, so they could have put it somewhere, but I don't know. Anyway, it was played, and the Pirate fans were ready to go. I mean, how awesome was that atmosphere all weekend? But even that weird atmosphere Sunday night that was so loud.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome all weekend, and Sunday for it being so late, to see how many people were still there and supporting that club. It was awesome to see, and it was awesome to be a part of this weekend.
So the Pirates end their season on Sunday night, Monday morning, Texas, going to Omaha. But Scooter, when you look back at this year, I mean, Bryson Worrell, all the pitching changes that had to go on with Mayhew and Giles going into the rotation, and Carter Spivey, not only player of the year, you could give him a comeback player of the year, whatever you want to do. I mean, just so many great performances, so many great individual performances this year.
Oh, yeah, and, just there's so many individuals on this club that stepped up this year. You look at Ryder Giles, what he did to step into the rotation this year and get a couple starts on the mound for the Pirates, and, Carter Spivey, what a year it was for him after his year last year. And there was just so many guys who stepped up, especially in that middle part of the season when the story really turned for this club. And it just shows a lot about the guys that were on this club this year.
I asked the players, I asked CJ Mayhew, is it different pitching game 1 of a super regional as opposed to a Tuesday against Old Dominion or a Campbell or whatever, and he says yeah, he can feel it. How about you? I mean, you're calling a Jacob Jenkins Cowart super regional home run to get, and everybody's going nuts. Like, what is that feeling like compared to those other calls in February?
I would say, really the biggest difference is just the excitement of it, with it being, 5,000-6,000 people there, and, just the excitement of that home run and how much it meant, I would say would probably be the difference. But at the end of the day, it is still just another baseball game, sort of say. But I would say probably a lot of people would tell you my call for Starling's home run when he tied the game Saturday. That was definitely a peak performance in terms of audio on the radio. It definitely peaked a couple times.
Did you any voice cracks or anything, or did you hold it through?
I don't think there was any voice cracks this weekend. Good. I think it was just a lot of excitement that came through a lot of times this weekend.
That's awesome. We're talking to Scott Rogers here in the Pirate Radio studios. Scooter getting ready to live at Elm Street Park the rest of the summer.
That's right.
Much. So,
your more natural habitat.
Yeah, more natural. There you go.
But talking Pirate baseball here today. How about the names we saw enter the portal today, Scooter? C.J. Boyd. You had Bradley Wilson and Joey Resnick as well. Any thoughts on those names leaving the program?
It always sucks when some guys decide to leave, but these are three guys that put in a lot of work for this club. C.J. Boyd had some big at bats this season, a lot of key spots. You saw Joey Resnick pinch run a couple times this year, and then Bradley Wilson, pitching wise, had a couple of good performances this year. But wished them all the best and wherever they decide to go. And it's always they're still Pirates. That's what I always say. Is they're still Pirates, and there will always be a Pirate no matter what.
Joey Resnick getting some action in the postseason for ECU. I know I was out in the jungle getting some video for Pirate Radio. There was one game, I want to say it was one of the games in the regional, he got a jungle jump from the guys out there. So getting some action in the postseason.
Yep, and like I said, they will always be Pirates, and they definitely gave it all they had to this program, and you can't thank them enough for that.
How about the Bryson Worrell, Jake Kuchmaner, Ben Newton, and Nick Logish? The names that are out as far as graduating seniors, super seniors. So those guys gone. And then you got the MLB draft. And Zach Agnew is probably overshadowed by Bryson Worrell, but the run he was on in the postseason, he lived on base. And he did it the other night as well. Maybe a Mayhew, maybe Spivey. You got to kind of look to the draft now and see if we'll be losing any guys via the draft.
Yeah, and I think there is a couple names. You mentioned Zach Agnos just because of the way he's played over the past couple of years. C.J. Mayhew, a guy who has been drafted. I think he was drafted last season and decided to come back. And there's a lot of names I think that you'll have to watch for that. But, obviously a good recruiting class, it seems, coming in for this club, and very excited about the future.
And, man, credit to Ben Newton playing all those games at catcher. I think Igoe pointed out may have taken the glasses off the other night, and somebody suspected maybe they were fogging up on him. I don't know if that was the case, but man, talk about unsung heroes, the job he did. And the good news is the Pirates do have some talent at that catcher position for next year.
Yeah, and credit to Ben for the job he did, especially just kind of jumping into that everyday role. After at the beginning of the year, we saw him only when Jake Kuchmaner was on the mound, and Justin Wilcoxon had some defensive issues behind the plate, but Ben Newton being the senior stepped into that role and really excelled. And his defense kind of gets overshadowed because of the way he hit the ball this year, and especially this later half of the year, Ben Newton's offense I think was a large part of what got the Pirates to where they were.
And Bryson Worrell leaves a big hole, obviously, in the lineup, but the job he does in center field. I saw Stephen Igoe love to do a way too early projection for ECU Baseball 2023. I think he put Lane Hoover, shifted him over to center field, but we'll see what they do. But Worrell, man, we know he missed the offensive numbers, but what he does in center is amazing.
Oh, yeah, and we were lucky to have him come back this year because he had a chance to leave last year and sign, I think Cliff said, for like $20,000 with someone last season. But credit for what he did, because not only offensively but defensively was such a huge part of this club. And defensively, this team's gonna be, I think, in pretty good shape next season, and also offensively.
Maybe an addition portal wise, about the recruiting class coming in, but also getting back Riley Johnson too, right? That's going to be huge for this team. He was a guy that was in the lineup before he got hurt.
Yeah, I mean, he was a starter on this club at the beginning of the year before he got hurt, and that was a person that I think a lot of people forgot about just because it happened so early in the season when he got hurt. But that's a quality bat and a quality defensive player as well for this club.
And there are guys on this roster right now that are going to turn into stars. Going to be the next Carter Spivey, who came along slowly and got better gradually. So, Scooter, any of those names pop out, like young arms, young players you're excited to see grow, get a full off season and be better next year?
Yeah, pitching wise, I think definitely Treya Savage is a name that we saw a lot this year, but didn't have a lot of long outings. But got the Pirates out of a bunch of jams this year. I think Wyatt Lunsford-Shinkman's another one that's going to be continuing to grow, and then one that we didn't see, or two I should say, that we didn't see this year. Charlie Hodges and also Eric Ritchie were two that were out due to injury this year, but have heard really good things about both of them. So hopefully once they get rehabbed and hopefully come back next season, those are two pitchers that I think are going to be good for this club. And then, defensively, Jacob Starling was a name I think that, kind of emerged into this lineup about halfway through the year, and the job that he did defensively and at the plate, it was amazing to see what Starling did this year, and that's one I think that's going to be fun to watch as his Pirate career goes along.
He's got the clutch gene, that's for sure. Now you want to just see it more consistent, and for him to do that year one as a starter really makes you excited about his future, no doubt about it. And how about the spot for Lunsford-Shinkman? He comes in, man, I was proud of that dude almost getting out of that inning. I gave him 0.01% chance to get through that meat of the Texas order without giving up a run. Pirates just, short on arms, had to go to him. And I think to get that experience, came so close to getting out of that inning, and who knows what happens, but that'll prove to be valuable, I think, moving forward for him.
Oh, yeah, and that's the kid who's got a very electric fastball, too, for a freshman throwing 92, 93 like he was. And, with him not having a lot of outings this year, he's got a lot to grow on, but I think that's an arm that's going to be a key piece of this Pirate club going forward.
Shirley ran through all the names, got a ton of guys playing summer ball we're going to keep up with this summer, Scooter. And every time that comes up, I think about Alec Burleson, who was good as a freshman, but then went to that Cal Ripken Junior League and turned into Babe Ruth and never stopped hitting. And there's going to be somebody that does that this summer, and those things can carry over into the winter and into next season.
Oh, yeah, and summer ball, traditionally is a good thing for college players to go to, and it's going to be, like you said, a lot that are playing summer ball this year. Josh Moreland's playing up in the Cape Cod League, which is always one of the biggest ones to watch. A few play in the Coastal Plain League as well. So it's going to be fun to see how they do during the summer, and cool to watch them go forward in the summer as well.
Little League Baseball and Little League Softball will be on the menu for Scott Rogers. So where are we at now in the Greenville Little League schedule?
We will be starting our league playoffs this Saturday, so a full slate of games at Elm Street Park and also the Perkins Complex on Saturday, and winding down the Little League season, and All-Stars will be here in just a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's a big deal around here. So you go playoffs, you go city championship, and then on to All-Stars, and we'll see what happens from there.
That's right, and obviously All-Star season, very exciting. We will be hosting the 9 to 11 district tournament this year at Elm Street, and also the 8 to 10-year-old state tournament as well. So tack on those two, and then also the Little League Softball World Series in August, and it's going to be another fun summer at Elm Street Park.
We'll get you and Brian Weingartz on as we get closer to that date, and talk all about it, because I know you are excited about it. You've had it here before, but now you get to open it up internationally, right? It'll be even bigger this year.
Yep, we'll have 4 international teams, and as of right now, no attendance limits, and we're not hopefully expecting any of those to happen this year. So really excited to have our first real full Little League Softball World Series this summer.
Well, Scooter, just like when the Canes lost in the playoffs, I was done with hockey. Now I'm done with college baseball. Are you going to keep watching it? You still got interest in it?
I'll watch it a little bit and try to keep up, but very excited about what the Atlanta Braves are doing right now with that 13 win streak. That's right. And I haven't been able to keep up with the Braves a lot this year just because I've been so busy with ECU, but excited to start following them again and really jump in with this winning streak. Yeah, sounds like a bandwagon there.
Let's keep this thing rolling. And by the way, people are bummed out about Ozzy. Hey, have the Braves ever won a World Series when a star went down middle of the year?
Exactly.
It happened last year, folks, so watch out. All right.
Before we let Scooter go,
I have one more question, but go ahead. This is not for public consumption. Is it what you're talking about here, or is it? Is it okay? It stems from a conversation earlier on the show.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to mention it.
Okay, you could mention it.
Oh boy.
Ask the final question to Scooter.
I can't remember what it was now.
Oh, okay.
Because I got distracted by this.
Oh, well, Dan, I was going to give a shout out to Scooter because he's mentioning this. But Danny Bill, he messages me and says, Chandler, don't give me a pity follow, buddy. Just messing with you, LOL. You're the man, brother. Keep killing it and tell Clip and Scooter I say hello.
Hey, Danny. So
hello, Danny. He is tuned in to Pirate Radio.
Thanks for tuning in, Danny. Appreciate it. Are you going to unfollow him?
No.
All right, fair enough. Scooter, do you got any cool like celebrity follows on Twitter now that you're a celebrity?
Yes, actually. The one I'm trying to remember who it was. One of the guys from Sunday Night Baseball actually followed me.
Wow, you are big time the hell out of him right now.
My mind has gone blank, and I can't remember who it was. But it was. I think we were at Elon this year when it happened, and I looked at my phone. And I'm like, God, he just followed me. I was like, is this real? And that was pretty cool. But yes, it's been fun to interact with so many guys like that this weekend. And this past weekend, Greg Olson, who was doing color broadcast, came in and started asking me for notes on Danny Bill. And I'm like, this is a first round pick, and former major leaguer asking me for notes for broadcast. And it was kind of came full circle there with that. It was pretty cool.
I remember him with the O's back in the day. Greg with 2 G's. Olson on the baseball side of things. Scooter, awesome job this year, man. And I don't know, you back next year?
Hopefully so. We'll see. All
right, so that is TBD. We'll see if Scooter's back. Oh, I remember my question. The most important question. Is Coach O safe, and is he back in Greenville?
I believe so. I think he flew in last night, is what I heard.
I am back.
he's got a full beard. His shirt is like ripped. He's got like blood and dirt all over him. He's back from Corvallis.
Take me to Vita right now.
He was out in Corvallis a long time. He's a different man now that he's back in Greenville.
I'm back.
We got to get Coach O on, because that was the regional that lasted the longest, right? The super regional. It lasted on into Monday night.
It did.
All right. Scooter, thanks for hanging out, bud.
Yes, sir.
We'll talk to you later this summer. Scott Rogers joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. We'll take a timeout, come back, keep the baseball talk going with Patrick Mason from the Daily Reflector. That's on the way. More Pirate Radio Live after this.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
For service, we're doing touchless pickup and drop-offs. So when you pull your vehicle in, we greet you at the car and open the door for you, but we're putting plastic on the seats. We're having a steering wheel cover put on. We even have shift knob covers now this year. And then we have the customer actually drop the key in a baggie, and they're the next one to touch that key when it comes out of the baggie when they pick up their vehicle. So just want to make sure we take care of the customers that voted us number one.
Brown & Wood, your number one dealership in Greenville and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
If you have family coming over this summer, the last thing you need is sweaty relatives. Guarantee your air conditioning system is ready to keep everybody cool. Call Delcor. Buy a new train system and make no payments until 2023. It's hard to stop a train. With inflation and high gas prices, you don't need another payment. So buy this month and make no payments until 2023. Go to DelcorInc.com or call 252-321-8868. Delcor, the service professionals.
Welcome to US Cellular. Yeah, hi. I want a new phone for free, but not just any phone. I want the newest, fastest, most storage holding 5G unlimited data using phone in here for free. Sure, your choice. Really? Yep.
At US Cellular, we put you first. So choose any phone from any brand free. Plus, get unlimited data for just $30 a month. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Summer is upon us, and I want to invite you to attend our CG23 Youth Camp here at East Carolina University. We will offer 3 sessions of camp. All camps will be held at Clark LeClaire Stadium, and campers will get baseball instruction from the ECU baseball staff and players. Campers will play games each day, and each camp ends with our famous Pirate Slip and Slide. Full day and half day sessions offered. For more information, visit CliffGodwinBaseballCamp.com. See you there, and go Pirates!
the best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers. UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank that's in your corner when you need them. This is Chris Richards from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Ashley Capps, Bonner Latham, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business, come and see one of our experienced team members at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Member FDIC.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
Pirate Radio is the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. You work hard for your money at Carolina Wealth Management. We believe that your money should work hard for you. Do you know if it is? To learn more about your investment portfolio, go to mycarolinawealth.com to schedule a free consultation. That's mycarolinawealth.com. And as we head back into PRL, Clip, I have a minor league update for you.
What kind of update?
A minor league update for you.
All right.
As former Pirate Bryant Packard had a big day today as the West Michigan Whitecaps drubbed the Peoria Chiefs 12-4 earlier this afternoon, which Peoria, by the way, has another former Pirate on the team, Thomas Francisco. Franny did not play today. He actually played last night, went 1 for 3 with an RBI. Pack went 4 for 5 with an RBI today. And that is I believe that's his 13th RBI of the season. So he's been battling injuries this year. So good to see him back in the lineup.
That's awesome. And great dude. Still keep in touch with him. Got to get him back on the show at some point soon. Speaking of that, Shane Carden said he's ready to join the show.
I saw his response to your tweet.
And every time I ask him, he's busy. So I think he's just doing that for show.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nah, he'll probably come on.
Wow.
We'll talk a little Pirate football with Patrick Mason before he gets out of here on a Wednesday. But Patrick, you're giving off some cool vibes today, man.
Hey, you're cool, man.
You're coming out of your shell a little bit.
A little bit.
It's good to see.
Yeah.
And welcome back to the studio. What's up?
For sure. Yeah, it's good to
be back.
What's up, bro?
What's up? What you slamming over there, man?
We slamming black coffee.
Hell
yeah,
cool,
man.
Cool.
I don't have a coaster though, so don't accuse me of not respecting wood.
Hey, bro, you can have my coaster.
Take mine, dude. Take mine.
Take my coaster, bro.
All right, Patrick. Wild weekend at Clark LeClaire Stadium. That's the video you're going to use, CJ. That was nothing.
I've seen it now.
Sorry, CJ was trying to make a promo video, and we were just screwing around like a bunch of screw arounds.
The video is just cool kid Patrick Mason.
Hey, fellow young kids. By the way, that Steve Buscemi was in that meme, the fellow young kids. How about, I'm ashamed to say this, and I feel like I've watched some of it, but never all the way through. up until last night, I had never watched Fargo from beginning to end.
I haven't either.
Good. I'm glad to hear you say that. And these young kids probably haven't either. Chandler, you don't watch anything. CJ, you ever seen Fargo? It is awesome.
Never
like
seen that.
I left that movie thinking I want to watch this again, and I've watched the TV show on FX.
Interesting.
But it is a great movie. So Fargo, you've all heard of it. Go watch it if you haven't. Patrick, check it out. All right, and Steve Buscemi, great actor.
Yeah. I liked him in Boardwalk Empire.
Have not seen that. I thought about maybe diving into that.
Yeah.
Just because Buscemi's in it. Wanted to rewatch Reservoir Dogs, but instead, what did I watch? I don't even remember. All right, Patrick, baseball season's over.
It is. Yeah, no, it's odd.
Speak on that.
It feels like there's a hole, right? Like a hole in my life since February or something. It feels like every day.
Yeah,
of baseball.
And
I don't know what to do with myself.
These last few weeks have just been like nonstop game or talking about a game or recapping a game or something, looking forward to a game. And yeah, Monday did have an empty feeling to it where we were going over the grief. Like Monday we were sad, yesterday we were kind of mad, today about ready to accept it.
Right.
I think
time heals all. That's what they say, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it did feel like that on Monday. You're just kind of like a directionless ship, just kind of motoring around, like not knowing what to do.
As a sports fan, as a sports writer, Patrick, I said this yesterday, the sports are great because the ultimate reality TV, you never know what's going to happen, but you've watched enough games and seen enough circumstances that when the Pirates have a lead on Saturday, see that lead slip away, Texas wins on a walk-off, you just feel like, well, that might be it. I mean, did you have that feeling leaving the park Saturday?
Yeah, definitely a little bit. I mean, I was never fully on board that they were done because I figured they would hit. I mean, they hit all weekend.
Yeah.
But it definitely had that feeling of like, man, this was the best shot they had. And it just kind of, sucked to waste that shot. But, you still had another day to play. But, it definitely had that little sinking feeling of like, man, we were right there.
And I remember asking you about 4 hours into that delay on Sunday, like, who's pushing for this thing to be played tonight? And it was fine. They played. We got home at 2 o'clock, whatever. But it was kind of strange. I thought that they had that long of a delay and didn't say, all right, let's just come back tomorrow at noon or something.
For sure. And I wonder if just because they had started it, like maybe they didn't want to have like a suspended game the next day. But at the end of the day, like 5 hours waiting around almost felt like a whole nother day at that point.
I know. It was a long one, but you got to really experience East Carolina postseason baseball. We had way too nice of days for 6 straight baseball postseason days, 4 in the regional, 2 in the super.
Yeah.
They were due, and we finally got it.
Right. We avoided all sorts of bad weather, any sort of delay, really, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't happen often in the afternoons, Eastern North Carolina.
Yeah.
But we all paid for it, that, whatever that was.
Yeah, we saw a storm. We waited for a storm that never came, and then finally got some baseball in. How about the performances over the weekend? What individuals stood out to you? What are your lasting memories going to be from the Greenville Super Regional?
I think really just the way that they kept up with that offense. I think just the way they hit, I thought that was pretty impressive because they matched them swing for swing. They matched Texas with everything they had, I guess, up until that last day, which I thought was pretty special.
And got down the first 2 games and came back.
Yeah, that was a 2-0 each time and came right back. And I thought that was just probably the biggest part of it, just not being a prisoner of the moment there and just saying, hey, we can hit. This is what we've done all year.
And they were in a great spot. I loved that. I mean, I'll take my chances with Terwilliger on the mound and a lead and him preserving that lead. It just didn't happen. Texas is too dang good, top to bottom.
Yeah, I mean, Texas beat all of the best relievers, right? I mean, Spivey, Terwilliger, Saylor too. I mean, what more can you ask for? Just throwing your guys out there who got it done all year. I mean, sometimes they're going to get hit. That's what, hitters do. But, yeah, you can't feel bad about just going down swinging with your best guys.
Was there ever a more predictable home run in the history of baseball than Melendez on Sunday with was it a 2-0 count?
Yep.
Runners on,
Man on first and second.
I tweeted trouble about 10 seconds before. I mean, you just saw it coming, right?
Definitely, especially with that hitter's count. I mean, you had to come in at him, and I mean that dude just hits bombs.
And it got out quick.
It did. I mean, it was in a hurry.
Jacob Jenkins Coward has a long looping swing, and it's cool to watch. And Melendez is like effortless. Like it doesn't even look like he's putting a lot into it.
Yeah, I think was it that home run he hit? Was it Friday? And just
it got on Charles Boulevard.
Right. I mean, if you look at that swing though, it's just so short, compact, just boom. You know, it's nothing. Looks like he's not really trying to hit it a mile, but he certainly does.
And in an era of players having their own celebrations, flipping, doing all this stuff, he is very stoic, right? Did you talk to him at all this weekend? Was he made available?
Sunday he was.
Like how did he talk? Like he seems like a very like laid back, kind of quiet dude.
And that's exactly how he came off as well. And the pitcher, this is Tristan Stevens, really dominated that post game. He talked a bunch. Melendez was kind of just like, listening to his coach and teammates, and he'd, chime in here and there, but, he wasn't just like beating his chest like, hey, I'm this dude. He just kind of like, I just hit the ball.
I mean, if I hit 32 home runs this year, y'all couldn't tell me nothing. Like,
right.
I'd have 8 chains on.
I will say this though, the whole interview, it kind of looked like he had this like little smile kind of on his face that, he just had this little smirk, but I don't think it was anything bad. It was just kind of how he was, just kind of enjoying the moment. Because his coach just kept calling him the best player in the country all year, and he's just sitting there like, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Me.
Yeah.
Why talk about yourself when everybody else talks about you?
Exactly.
I guess.
Yeah.
But they had some great players, man. They were good top to bottom. Even when you got down to that bottom of the order, the Dylan Campbell hitting 8th came up huge on Saturday. That Faltini dude hitting 9th.
100 strikeouts, but he's batting like almost 300.
So
it's crazy.
He's playing modern day Major League Baseball. He's K-ing and hitting home runs, basically.
That's right.
How about their arms? Not super impressive, and I say that because we faced Vandy and Louisville in past supers, and the Pirates were able to get to him. Unfortunately, couldn't get to Stevens. Maybe they wanted to see another lefty. They were hitting the lefties good. Couldn't hit the righty Stevens.
Yeah, and I think this is kind of how they were. They were solid starters, but I wouldn't say they were lights out amazing. And the bullpen, everyone threw 95 miles an hour. It just wasn't accurate. But yeah, I mean, it was. I wouldn't say like you'd say, wow, like this pitching staff dominated everything. It was just, I think that they just were allowed to keep that team in it enough to hit over anything. And that's what they did.
You've seen East Carolina. You've seen all their opponents. So you haven't seen everybody that's in Omaha. But do you like Texas' chances to win it all with the team they have?
I think it's hard not to just be favorable about them. I mean, they can hit. I've never seen a lineup like that. 1 through 9, just rake.
Yeah,
my 9-hole hitter hit his 15th home run on Saturday or Sunday.
I
think they had at
9-hole
least
hitter hitting 15 home runs.
Yeah, I think they had at least 5 guys with at least 10 home runs, which is, I mean, that's impressive.
One of my favorite hobbies is reading an opposing team's message board after they lose to East Carolina. So I did that on Friday night, and it was a lot of fun. And they wanted to fire Pierce. They hate Allen, their pitching coach. They want him out. Got to get rid of him. And I saw a ton of people say we are wasting the greatest hitting performance in Texas history this year, and we're not even going to make it to Omaha. Like, they were done. The season was over. But it was just funny to listen to them talk about how awesome the hitting was, but how terrible the coaches are, and this is they are an embarrassment to Texas baseball, and here we go.
That stuff's so silly, especially in college, because like, what is a coach going to do? Like, put in some other 20-year-old kid who's going to do, you know what I mean? It's like, you have what you have, and but I guess everyone just goes crazy. They overreact.
Yes.
Hey, you're in the super regional. Like, what are you doing?
Hey, it makes it fun, but it is hilarious to read that stuff. By the way, I've not visited that forum since Friday night.
Probably a good thing.
If you were to torture me, if I was arrested and they said we have to do something this guy would absolutely hate, it would be read the opposing team's message board after they beat East Carolina. That would be my least favorite thing.
Just tape your eyes open and stare at this thing.
The screen scrolls down. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back more with Patrick Mason here on Pirate Radio Live, and more with Chandler Honeycutt. He's going to really chime in a lot next segment and put together a good segment. So looking forward to that as well. More to go. PRL on a Wednesday after this.
Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of Pirates and ENC. Open 7 days a week from noon until 2 a.m., the Buck features live music every night of the week. Tuesday is karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesday is acoustic night. Thursday is the DJ dance party. And Friday and Saturday nights, it's live bands. Check out the Buck's Facebook or Instagram page for more information. The Buccaneer Music Hall. We'll see you at the Buck.
Pepper, oh no, they didn't. Papa John's just took their signature pepperoni and hand-stuffed it inside that garlic-kissed crust. Oh, now that's an epic pepperoni stuffed crust pizza like no mouth has ever seen.
Hey, Pirate fans, the Papa John's Epic Pepperoni Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza is only $13.99 and is an MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Megan State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
Pirate fans, the 2022 football season is going to be one for the record books. East Carolina is coming off a 7-win bowl season, and 2022 is shaping up to be even better. The Pirates need you to pack Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium this fall with a great home slate that includes in-state rival North Carolina State. The American Conference schedule features home games against UCF, Memphis, Houston, and Navy. Season tickets are on sale for as low as $125. Get your tickets today by visiting ECUPirates.com.
University PC Care has been busier than ever repairing personal PC and Mac computers and iPhones during this pandemic. And we thank you for your support. Now, with everyone streaming and doing work from school and home, you may have discovered that your home Wi-Fi just isn't cutting it. It may be time to upgrade your home network, and University PC Care can help. To make a network assessment appointment and discover upgrade options that fit your home, go to talktowilliam.com or learn more at universitypccare.com.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
At the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road, Greenville.
This is Marcus Crandall, former ECU Pirate and Grey Cup champion. And you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Did you miss a show on Pirate Radio? Well, you can listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, or Spotify. Subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your iPhone or Apple device and search for Pirate Radio Audio Archives. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Back with you. Pirate Radio Live Wednesday. Stephen Igoe coming up hour 3 of today's show. We have updated the Igoe intro song, and
it's a good one.
We're bringing back the position preview today. We were talking quarterbacks with Igoe, so
I think music artists should do this, where they do a song, and each week they add a lyric or add like a line to the song.
Yeah, it's really become one of my favorite things because it just keeps going and gets longer every week. And you're right, Chandler. Like if I don't know who's cool now in music.
Machine Gun Kelly.
All right, hold on.
I'll just go back to Foo Fighters. I seem to land on them a lot. But if they put out a song that was like a minute, and then they just keep adding 20 seconds to it and re-releasing it, and I think that'd be a good idea.
Here's the final draft, and it's the whole song.
All right, so Tony Dunn chiming in. I don't know. I thought this was my idea because no way Tony could have had an idea as good as this one. Says that, but we now have it as our idea. He says George Kittle believes the NFL should implement another bye week to combat the physical toll of a 17-week season. And I said if they ever go to more games than 16, which they don't need, but if they do, which they have, just have another bye week. Do a bye week in the first 8 weeks, do a bye week in the second 8 weeks, and do it that way. But that is not the case. But now that Kittle's on it, maybe more people will get involved in that. So today, Patrick, I've been asking people their all-time favorite ECU quarterback, most underrated quarterback. So you don't have an ECU background. You went to Iowa?
Iowa, correct.
Brad Banks?
Yeah.
Okay. So the Bears haven't had a good quarterback in your lifetime.
That probably in their lifetime either.
Sid Luckman? Is that the old guy?
There's a lot of cool traditions in college football. Iowa probably has one of the best with the Children's Hospital on beside it.
Yeah, waving to
and it's like the end of the third or
I think end of the first quarter.
End of the first quarter that everybody like turns and waves at all the children in the hospital. That's pretty cool.
So when you went to school there, when did you go to school there?
I graduated in 2012. So my quarterback, yeah, they were good. They went to the Orange Bowl. Ricky Stanzi was our guy. They had Sean Green as a running back too. He was a little bulldozer for a while.
Sean Green was just so boring. In the NFL.
Yeah.
When he went to the Jets. He was just like a 2.3 yards per carry guy.
Yeah, just a bowling ball and just fall forward.
A lot of that might have to do with playing with the Jets, though. I don't know.
I would say
possible.
So, all right, we'll just go all over the place. It doesn't have to be Iowa or Chicago. But who is your all-time favorite quarterback? Not the best quarterback ever, but watching football, who's your all-time favorite?
Man, probably Mike Vick.
Okay.
I mean, part of it too probably stems from just growing up playing Madden too.
Yeah.
I mean, he was always a cheat code to have, but he was just fun to watch.
You were the kid that got him and scrambled around.
No, that's the thing. You have to make a rule with your friends before, no picking the Eagles,
right?
Or whatever.
Well, this wouldn't make sense. Is there an underrated Iowa Bears a quarterback that you can think of that you liked, that wasn't that good but you liked as a player?
I mean, aside from Ricky Stanzi, I guess he mild NFL career.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I actually like their tight ends. They got a lot of tight ends and stuff.
Tight end you.
But I mean, that Iowa offense is just brutal to watch. So
yeah. What's your all-time favorite play involving an Iowa or Bears quarterback?
Ooh, man.
That one time when Jay Cutler handed the ball off to Thomas Jones.
Yep.
That was a great play.
I don't know. Maybe not even Iowa or Chicago, but I used to like the Denver Broncos back in the day with Terrell Davis and John Elway when they were good.
I didn't know you were that old. How old of a gentleman are you?
31.
Okay. So, yeah.
So, I think they were, it was 98.
That was
I was
90s.
a little kid,
yeah.
So I like that team.
All right. How about, did you go to a lot of Iowa football games?
Yeah, everyone when I was a student.
What opposing quarterback had the best performance against Iowa that you saw live? Who were the Big Ten QBs then?
It was probably Kirk Cousins when he played for Michigan State. So I went to the Big Ten title game that year in Indianapolis.
Oh, cool.
And they were about to win, and of course he just mounts this ridiculous 7-minute drive to beat Iowa. And it was so disappointing. We were all ready to party and have fun afterward, and we just trudged back to the hotel. People yelling at us in our face.
What a bummer. Kirk Cousins.
It was Kirk Cousins, man.
You like that? Thank you, Kirk.
You like that?
All right. Patrick did not like that.
I did not.
You again, we are kind of turning the page here, trying to get away from baseball, moving on to football. You ready for some Pirate football?
I am. I mean, everything I've heard, especially, when people were comparing this weekend's atmosphere to what Dowdy Ficklin is like, just kind of the noise. Like, I'm really looking forward to see that, really looking forward to see, just the atmosphere around those games, too, as well as, the on-field product, which is supposed to be pretty good.
We were talking before you came on. I asked you, are you ready to finally cover an ECU football game? Actually, your first day at the Daily Reflector was covering ECU Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty good crowd.
It was a rowdy crowd.
It was a rowdy crowd, but now come September 3rd, I think it'll be 10 times more rowdy. So how excited are you finally getting to see an atmosphere like that?
Yeah, I'm really excited. And also, opening day just first off brings a lot of people, but then, the opponent even adds heaps more of that onto it. So I'm just really looking forward to it and really looking forward to, finally cover a season from start to finish.
What, any plans for the summer as far as work? Or personal life?
Yeah, I'm going to, obviously take maybe some time, vacation, but I'm going to probably focus on writing some more like profiles and features and stuff. Like, actually going to be in tomorrow's paper. One of the Pitt Community College kids was named an All-American. And he actually committed to Coastal Carolina. So I wrote a cool story about that. I'm probably just going to search for stuff like that to write and do some more.
So he's going to grow his hair out, do a mullet,
dye it blonde,
bat flip, all the rest.
Get a cool necklace, all the
Jock Peterson, outfit.
Did you see where Jock Peterson's teammates all wore shirts that said putting a guy on the IR in fantasy football is not cheating, something to that effect? This fantasy football thing's gotten out of control.
Yes.
Which it's are you into that stuff?
Fantasy football? Yeah.
I am as well. And I got to start. I hate being the commissioner. Are you a commissioner of a league?
No, thankfully
it sucks.
Not. No, it's brutal. It's already enough work as it is.
I got to get all the keeper stuff ready. I got to start doing that now. But yeah, it's keeper season. Time to make some decisions. Time to start looking at rankings and all that mess. I
actually took over a team. It's a dynasty league, but this league has defensive players, like individual defensive players, and that is like, it's way too much. Like, you're figuring out what linebacker to start, and I'm like, what are we doing here?
And I don't know if it's the best strat. I always just take those guys late and try to stack my roster. I don't know how much it hurts or helps if you don't have the top 5 linebacker in the league or whatever.
Right.
But, all right, well, hey, that's something else we can talk about this summer.
Yeah.
Patrick's fantasy football. Who is? I haven't even looked at rankings this year. Who's the number 1 QB? Let's take a look.
It's always some guy who has a mix of throwing and some legs, but I
wonder how Herbert is up there this year.
Yes.
Well, here's the overall: Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, McCaffrey, Cook. Let me see where they got the first quarterback. It is Josh Allen. There you go, running and passing.
Makes sense.
Herbert number 2, Mahomes, and then you get to Lamar, Kyler Murray, Calamari, Burrow, Hurts, and the list from there. So
Jalen Hurts keeps rising to fantasy football.
I had him last year in a league, and it was great. He'd have 215 passing yards and a rushing touchdown and 80 rushing yards, and it worked out.
It's so weird, the disconnect of like what makes a good fantasy player versus like an actual good player on a team.
And when you talk about football now, it creeps into that. Like, if somebody's a good player, but you never see him in your fantasy lineup or against you playing, you kind of write them off. But it's a completely different deal
for sure.
Patrick Mason joining us in the Pirate Radio studios. Chandler, what you got? You got anything?
I asked my question.
You got a Master shirt on?
Yeah, actually, I'll give a plug to one of our awesome sponsors here. I got it from Tailgate Classics down the road here on Evans Street, so go check them out.
The U.S. Open begins tomorrow.
No Tiger Woods.
No Tiger, but Harold is playing at 7-something in the morning.
Oh gosh,
he'll be teeing off.
Some of those live guys can play too, right?
That's
right. It'll be interesting to see that reaction. When they go up to the.
And what a mess that's been.
Yeah,
I saw a prop bet called "You Only Live Once" or something like that, and it's Mickelson. It's like all the live guys. If one of those guys wins, you get like plus 250 odds or something on it. So. Yeah, and that's been a topic. We'll talk about it more with Mark Greenhill's Golf Shop Radio Show on Friday. But those guys are able to play, I guess, in the U.S. Open, but they won't be playing on the regular PGA tournaments.
What's your thoughts on that, by the way? Do you pay much attention to that? How much of a golf guy are you?
I play golf, but I only watch like I only watch, maybe Sunday at the Masters. So I'm not a huge golf fan, but I try to play. I'm not that good, but I honestly, obviously they're getting peppered with questions about the morality of all this, but I wish someone comes out and say, hey man, they gave me $150 million. What do you want from me?
Yeah.
I just want them to be honest about it, because that's really the reason why they're doing it.
And the kind of honest answer is I just did what's best for my family, which means I got a lot of money for my family. But nobody comes out and says what exactly that is, which is the money. But there's nothing really to compare it to in major pro sports, though, right?
There's less golf to be played, right? I know Dustin Johnson that said that
the schedule's better?
Yeah.
And the pot is way larger.
There's only 3 days in the tournament.
Guaranteed money is better, I think, for each appearance and all that. I guess the USFL, didn't they try to go head-to-head, before our time, before we were born? So it would be something similar to that. They threw a lot of money at, was it Eric Dickerson, maybe, and then people like that. But, now nobody's going to try to come up with a new Major League Baseball or NFL or NBA in season. While they're in season, you see all these NFL, all these football leagues, but they don't try to go head-to-head, toe-to-toe.
Yeah, well, at the end of the day, people just want to watch the best at their sport. If you have these offshoot leagues and it just has some second-tier players, why would you tune in?
Hey, here's a comparison, CJ. Is LIV and PGA Tour comparable to WWE and AEW? AEW started up, a lot of money, got some big names in there, and has been able to compete.
Look at you go, Clip.
I think I just came up with a comparison.
I think you got something there.
I think I did
I think you got something.
Patrick, you a wrestling guy?
Nah.
Do you look down on wrestling fans like CJ?
No, I don't. I just never really continued following it.
But you do look down on him, though. That's what he's really saying.
Where's Igoe? He's going to run in on you.
What's going on? Give us a quick wrestling update. What are the storylines?
CM Punk just got injured and let go of the AEW title. Roman Reigns is off TV for the next 2 months, and he's got both world titles in WWE.
So every champion's out.
Mm-hmm. All right. The old Brock Lesnar.
Things are going great. And there's a new Vince McMahon story that people might be interested in.
Yes, there is.
So
Glenn's on it.
Check that out. It's not a great story. And he's not giving any money to ECU, so nobody cares. All right, Patrick, thanks for hanging out. Good to hang out with you for way too long on Sunday in the press box.
It was a good time. As much as a good time as you can have.
Ready to talk ECU football with you coming up later this summer and into the fall.
That's right.
And I said we would do some big baseball, Major League Baseball segment every Wednesday, and we've never done it. So we'll continue to not do that every week, too.
Well, the White Sox are finally playing better.
Good.
The Tigers pitched 3 position players for the final 3 innings today. It was just brutal to watch.
Oh, did the fans revolt against La Russa recently?
Yeah, they fired Tony Chance. And when you guys see he walked a guy with 2 strikes?
Mully was talking about it. Was it Trey Turner or whatever? He walked to get to Muncie.
And then he hit a 3-run bomb.
Yeah.
Just insane decisions.
Well, he's an old man. Leave him alone.
He is an old man.
He means
well. You should leave the White Sox alone. How about that?
All right. Thanks, Patrick. Enjoyed it, man. We'll take a timeout, come back. Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live. Stephen Igoe. Position preview. Got a lot to go. And we got a good giveaway today, too, right? AJ's on the line. So you can win a gift card to AJ's in Hour 3. More to go. Pirate Radio Live after this.
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier American-style restaurant and bourbon bar with daily specials. And here's the lineup. Mondays feature $7 margaritas and half-price appetizers. Tuesday is stuffed seafood night. Wednesday is date night. Thursday is roasted smoked lamb chop night. Fridays is prime rib night. And Saturday is Italian night and is also Fred and Wilma night with our 36-ounce bone-in tomahawk steak just like the Flintstones. And on Sunday, it's our legendary brunch from 10 to 2. The Rick House, American Provisions and Spirits, 710 Red Banks Road beside the bowling alley in Greenville.
Join us at Purple Blossom Yoga Studio, Greenville's premier yoga studio, for our wide array of classes, including restorative, power, hot yoga, and more. We even fly into the weekend with our aerial yoga workshops. New to our studio? Check out our special for new yogis. 3 classes for only $30. Check out our website or social media for all the information and up-to-date schedules at Purple Blossom Yoga Studio. Purple Blossom Yoga, where your health and mindset collide and help you transform to a new you.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
Hey Pirate fans, Derek Pizzeni from Carolina Wealth Management. Are you a fiduciary? That's a question every investor should ask their advisor. A fiduciary is an individual who acts in the best interest of a particular person or beneficiary. Is your advisor a fiduciary? You should know it's your money. At Carolina Wealth Management, we do things differently from other investment firms. To learn more about the benefits of working with a fiduciary advisor, visit mycarolinawealth.com. That's mycarolinawealth.com.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Winslow's Deli is now Fifth Street Hardware, restaurant and tap room. With a brand new look, Fifth Street Hardware also has a brand new menu, serving lunch and dinner every Tuesday through Sunday, and brunch starting at 10:30 on Sundays. What else is new? Well, how about poker every Tuesday night and Trivia Wednesday with DJ Captain Morgan? It's a new look and a new name, but the same great location on Fifth Street beside the State Theater. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram for specials and events. Fifth Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. To get the business services that are right for your business today, contact the team of experienced local bankers at First Bank. The team includes bankers you can trust like Ashley Capps, Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nesbitt. First Bank, together with their customers, they're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. First Bank on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
All right, back with you here, Pirate Radio Live, hour number 3 of today's program. As we roll along on a hot Eastern North Carolina day. Clip Brock, Shirley Rhodes, CJ Schaefer, Chan Man.
Igoe!
Wow, a live performance. Shirley, let's hit the intro for our next guest.
I go. I go. I go. I go. He's the one you know. I go. I go. I go. I go. I go. He's Big Boomer's bro. I go. I go. I go. I go. I go. He's good at MLB The Show. I go. I go. I go. I go. I go.
Where did Chandler go?
I go. I go. I go. I go. I go. I'm sitting right here, bro. I go. I go. I go. I go. I go. This song continues to grow. I go. I go. I go. I go. I go.
Can we just get back to the show?
I go. I go. I go. I go. I go.
Hi, this is Mike Oresko.
I go. I go. I go. I go.
All right. Nicely done. Easily the best line yet.
I'm glad you made it back for the end because I was so disappointed that you left. I thought you were going
What,
to
you go to the bathroom?
I was looking for some water, but there is no water, so.
You don't need water.
You don't need water.
Overrated.
You don't need water. I'll just have a dry, raspy voice the rest of the show.
That sounded like an old Halloween guest we used to have named Igor.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, that was something we did back in the day. Steven, welcome. How you doing?
Doing pretty well, guys. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Pretty good.
Pretty damn good.
Nice shirt.
Thank you, buddy.
How you feeling?
And what happened to your elbow? So
I don't know. Some kind
get
of
it up.
skin condition.
Oh, okay. It looks like you fell down the stairs.
The weird part is I have them on both sides of my arms.
Wow.
I get them like every.
It's probably from sitting in this chair.
Well, I mean, I've had it for a while. Could be. I might be dying. I don't know, but
hopefully not.
Tim McGraw said, "Live like you're dying," and that's exactly what I'm doing.
I mean, you did say something about dying last week, and if we would continue to.
Oh, if I die, don't play the song. Is that what it was? Don't continue the song?
There was some
Don't
condition.
continue the song.
Yeah.
The song's over if someone dies.
Right.
Correct. We'll end it on Mike Oresko. Shane Kern. By the way, speaking of the AAC,
This is Mike Oresko.
You're doing just a great basketball game.
Cliff Garvin is a great coach.
Tremendous baseball program.
We have some new friends, and guess what? They're old friends.
Oh, they're great. They're great.
Commissioner Mike Oresko has announced the American has finalized entrance agreements with its 6 incoming member institutions. They will officially join the conference July 1, 2023. They are the UAB Blazers.
Familiar foes.
I need applause after every name.
Wasn't this already known? I mean, everybody's kind of known this for a while. When they were going to enter and who the teams are. Like, why is it such a big deal?
The Charlotte 49ers.
Wow, ECU can finally bust to a conference opponent.
The FAU Owls.
Give it some praise.
Yeah, Florida Atlantic.
Yeah, baby.
Add another Owls to the conference.
The Eyes of Texas are upon us. How about the North Texas Mean
The Eyes of Texas.
One Owl's not enough. Rice Owls, come on down.
Come on down. Give them some praise.
I got it. You remember the Alamo?
I do.
You will when you make a trip to San Antonio to see the UTSA Roadrunners.
Yeah. Welcome to the American.
All right, there you go.
And the American just went from one of the best G5's conference to one of the worst. These teams do not fire me up at all.
That is true. Is the Mountain West still strong? I mean, they got
None of them are
Boise.
strong. I mean, I think the Sun Belt's the best.
That's
actual
crazy.
league.
Now that's crazy.
I mean, if it wasn't for the money, and I get it, ECU's going to make considerably more money in the American than any other conference, but the Sun Belt makes a lot more sense for ECU.
Sun Belt, they got their Fun Belt thing, but we're in a nice renaissance of Sun Belt football at the moment. But great baseball.
Yeah.
Hoops, I think, not great, right?
Hoops, not great.
Yeah.
So, ECU again, perfect fit.
We're in the best hoops non-Power 5 conference.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And we got the worst team in that conference.
Who's that?
ECU.
Oh. Nah, South Florida.
Okay, all right. We're not at the bottom. So there you go. So who's leaving, Igo? You got your Cougars of Houston. You got UCF. You got Cincinnati. Is that it?
That's it.
That is all that is leaving from the American.
So we go from how many teams to how many teams?
Go from 11 to 14. Wait. Yeah, 11 to 14, yeah.
That's it.
You can tell we're all really strong in math.
11 to 14 in what sport?
Football.
Okay.
Because they got rid of divisions because a team left, which would be UConn. You're subtracting 3 and you're adding 6.
No, you did the math perfect there. That's good stuff. So,
and here's the other thing: like you look at Charlotte's rollout for their new long-term facility expansion plan. Part of the reason the American invited these teams in was because they had to have a long-term plan. So Charlotte is going to invest. UTSA is going to invest. North Texas. All these schools are going to invest, and there's a very real possibility they all take a major leap. So it's not like ECU can just sit back here. It's not a sexy addition, like I just said. You know, it doesn't really. It's not riveting, but just like Houston, UCF, all these teams were at one point below ECU back in the day, but they continue to invest. Now the American wants these other big market schools to do the same. It doesn't mean ECU can just let off the gas and quit investing and quit improving its athletic facilities and budget and all that sort of stuff. Otherwise, they'll just continue to get passed by more schools.
Stephen Igo, Hoist the Colors, joining us.
I want to tell Stephen this. I did something last night to contribute to your business, to your website.
You listened
I did not listen to jack squat.
Wow.
What I did was read 3 different articles. You just released one yesterday with the sophomores to watch. I read the juniors to watch. And then I said, you know what? Might as well complete the trifecta. I read the seniors one as well. Great articles.
So let's see your retention here. Give me one senior, one junior, one sophomore to watch from those articles.
All right, one senior was Miles Berry.
That's correct.
A junior was, I think, Hickman.
Mike Hickman?
No.
He's a sophomore.
Hickman. All right, so he's a part of the sophomore. I just can't remember. Juan Powell was a junior.
He's a sophomore as well.
Dang it!
Now, in reality, to your defense, these guys should be juniors. But because of the COVID year.
Right.
Coach sophomore.
Coach Smith.
But I am 3 for 3 on people that you mentioned in those articles.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I did name 30 players.
I do remember, yeah.
This is what happens. You're trying to be a good guy,
I'm
support
just
the
picking
website,
on him, man.
and you're getting absolutely crushed.
You know who a junior was that I was surprised was the junior? Sean Dorso.
There you go. Good call.
That you highlighted in there. A safety who has played a big part in this ECU defense.
And he came in as a JUCO guy in 2020. He was a sophomore then. Didn't count against him. And so then he played last year too. So really he should be a senior. And as a JUCO guy, could end up playing 4 years.
Reading those articles, though, it does kind of tell you how much ECU is experienced. They're not the most experienced team, but there's a lot of guys that have had a lot of action in the past few years.
Stephen Igo is a great writer. I'm sorry. I didn't know y'all were continuing on the conversation, but I saw a former.
I tried.
I know. I'll let you get back to it. That was a bad interrupting point. I thought y'all were done. And Igo's got something very important to say after I say this. I saw a former ECU baseball player's parent say they read one of your articles over the last couple of days and cried. So that's what Igo's doing, bringing the emotion to his writing.
Job.
So I did write that. Now that we're switching gears,
I apologize.
I forget what I was even going to say.
I know, my bad.
But was shifting to baseball. I wrote that article on, I think, 2 hours sleep on Monday morning, and like I wrote it from the heart. You know, when I write a column, like I have to be emotionally invested in it more so than when I'm doing like an analytical, just like a basic article where I'm looking at numbers. Like this one, I'm like writing from my perspective. So I'm saying thank you to the ECU baseball team. I'm thinking about, hey, I'm a sports writer. We cover so many of these games, these seasons. You get numb to it after a while.
Mm-hmm.
But this season, man, it was just special. It was awesome to see the way they came together. Like, it by far was not the most talented team, the best team I've covered, but the way they played as a team was probably the best that I've covered. So it just felt, even going into Sunday, like a lot of people were like, oh, I just think Saturday took the wind out of their sails. Like, even I was like, no, I think they're going to find a way. Now, they didn't find a way, but it just felt like it would be that type of season. But what they accomplished regardless was amazing. I just wanted to pay homage to that.
Awesome stuff. HoistTheColors.net. Chandler, I'll let you ask the question. Podcast. When's the next one?
Oh, hey, look. People are like, I don't like to read. It's Hoist the Colors. It's all about reading. I don't want to read. Guess what, folks? You don't have to read. There's awesome podcasts when it comes to the Hoist the Colors podcast, and it's hosted by yours truly, Stephen Igoe.
When's the next one?
Igoe,
Wait.
when is that next podcast?
Hosted by yours truly, wouldn't that be?
Yeah, that doesn't make, hosted by the guy. Hosted by me. It is great because I host it.
Chandler, when's the next podcast?
Man, you sound just like Stephen Igoe. And I go, I know. But no, seriously, when is the next podcast?
The next podcast dropped last night, and that was our 2022 recap, look back. Jay Wags, Jonathan Wagner,
love a Wags pod,
was on, and Scott Lorbasher, a.k.a. Butner Pirate, a.k.a. our analytics king of baseball.
Talked to him this weekend.
Yeah, and he joined. So we recapped the weekend that was, talked about how awesome it was, and kind of put a bow on baseball. So the next podcast, technically, Chandler, will probably be some sort of football, maybe a position preview, maybe like a quarterback preview, and I'll ask the fans, like, what's your favorite moment from a quarterback? Who's your favorite quarterback all the time?
See what he's doing.
Favorite opponent quarterback, like best performance by an opponent. I think that would make.
We should do this. We should do that on this show.
I think that would make for some great radio /
Why don't we do this? Why don't we do that on the show?
Why don't we do it right now? Because I want to hear Igoe's answers. So last night I put them out there. Igoe, answer these questions, please. You don't have to. I'd appreciate it if you would. Who's your all-time favorite East Carolina quarterback?
For me, Shane Carden, because, like when I was in school at ECU, he was in school, so I got to cover him, like, as I was starting Hoist the Colors, kind of build a good relationship with him. And so, and he was really good. So it was that combination of kind of growing up, going to school at the same time, and really kind of, as I was growing into this role, he was growing into the ECU quarterback role. So
I'd like to hear your dad's answers and your answers, because it does depend on your age, right? And who's
I don't know who his would be. Probably Blake or Garrard.
Yeah.
And just growing up, Garrard, I mean, for me, because he was just a tank.
Who's the most underrated East Carolina quarterback?
That one's easy for me. James Pinckney, I think, is easily the most underrated. I think if he was on a better team, he would have been one of the better quarterbacks in Pirate history.
Is there a play that stands out, favorite quarterback play, ECU? Which could be any play because the quarterback touches the ball, but...
When you first said this, I thought you meant any quarterback ever, so I went to Russell Wilson getting picked off by Magazoo. But if you're talking about an ECU quarterback, Dom Davis to Justin Jones, or Rob Cass to Jawan Crowell.
It was Jawan Crowell. Okay, good.
Mineshaft, Miracle on the Mineshaft.
Best performance you've seen against East Carolina live?
Case Keenum. Every time he played ECU. I mean, just about.
Yeah.
That's the one that comes to mind. Like, I'm trying to think. Well, there's some bad ECU teams that just got crushed by quarterbacks.
I know. I'd put those out of my brain.
Yeah, like Will Greer, West Virginia just absolutely torched ECU in 18.
I went with Daniel Evans just because it was so unexpected, and he had 300-plus yards.
And every pass he threw was like a mile high into the air and somehow dropped right into the bucket of the receiver's hands.
The game of his life against East Carolina.
What did Will Greer do when he was at Florida when we went down to... Did he do much in that game?
No, I can't remember if he was.
They started another guy.
Yeah, it was
young guy,
Harris,
I think.
Yeah,
he stunk.
He wasn't good. I always get that game mixed up in the regular season game.
So who
Driscoll started, or Driscoll came off the bench in the
Jeff
bowl game.
Driscoll.
And then the next year, I think Greer was supposed to play, and then it ended up being another quarterback. I don't know.
Will Greer in that game, 31-24, Florida Gators win. Will Greer was 10 for 17, 151 yards, 2 touchdowns, and threw an interception to Bobby Fulp. I remember that.
Yeah.
He's no Blake Kemp.
Yeah.
Blake Kemp.
How many yards?
34 for 54, 333 yards.
Slinging it.
3 touchdowns for Blake Kemp.
One to Bryce.
Southpaw.
Bryce had a lot of catches.
I still remember the opening drive. I think he hit Davon Grayson on the touchdown, and man, that place got quiet quickly. But yeah, I don't know. I think I put so many of those because all the best performances have come in like blowouts. That's probably why I remember Case Keenum, because like he did it multiple times in a losing effort and in a winning effort.
Yeah, he slung it around. Let's look at some of these answers real quick, and we'll take a break and get into our position preview proper. Let's hear from Mose.
Welcome to Mose.
Scotty Mo.
Mose says Marcus Crandall, his favorite, the Cran Man. Pinckney, most underrated. James. The play, Jeff Blake to Hunter Gallimore, parentheses, of all people. I think that was Jeff Charles's call. He actually said, of all people.
To Gallimore.
Like Hunter Gallimore. I have to bring that up with Jeff coming up tomorrow. 70-plus yard touchdown. And then he says, now, and maybe I'm wrong, he says Brett Favre in 1990 or so. Now, was Brett Favre, he's a name because he's a Hall of Famer now, or did he actually have a good game against ECU? I don't know, because I wasn't paying attention at that time. But Sean also said Brett Favre. Now, my question 3 was memorable play from a quarterback, and Sean says the year Holton had more rushing yards than the running backs.
Probably 2018, although that would not be a play.
So
during that year, is that when Holton scored against North Carolina?
Yep.
Maybe that was the play.
On a Saturday in 1989, Brett Favre threw for 286 yards and 3 touchdowns against the Pirates in a 41-27 victory.
In 1989, 287 yards would be worth about 500
That's
today.
true, yeah.
So
I didn't think of it that way. My dad always tells me about the Gus Farrat game.
We've brought that one up quite a bit.
Torched ECU.
Apparently a rain game.
Yeah.
Tulsa.
He was just slinging it all over the yard, apparently.
Remind me of this tomorrow, Rage Room. Gus Farrat. The last time Washington won a home playoff game, they beat Gus Farrat. He was playing in the NFL.
Gosh.
I mean,
that's sad.
This year's first round draft pick for Washington was not born the last time they won a home playoff game. All right. Best play involving a quarterback from Brian. Gardner Minshew to Zay Jones when he set the record. That was about the only highlight.
The only highlight of that season.
Yeah.
And they also tried to, basically the game plan was
Come on, guys.
to get him the record.
Wasn't that the year? No, that was the second year of Scotty Moe, because I was going to say Scotty Moe throwing up the crossbones, but that was the year before against State.
It was the same year, wasn't it?
Yeah, because Zay was only there one year.
16 was that year. So, yeah, there was actually, beating NC State and breaking the all-time record. If you were to just look at it from that perspective, it was a great year.
All right, Jay's going a little old school, so I like this. He said, hard to narrow down plays. He said several Blake plays in 91. Garrard TD to Stokes versus Miami. That answer came up a lot.
Yeah.
James Pinckney, Hail Mary versus Tulsa.
That would be Dom Davis.
Yeah, okay. Like, what? Shane Carden, Karate Kid decoy play, plus touchdown versus UNC and VT.
Philip Nelson did the Karate Kid. This guy needs
Come on, Jay!
Jay, you need to work on your quarterback timeline.
Don't know who this is, but I've heard this name a couple times. Tracy Ham from Georgia Southern had a good performance against East Carolina.
You know what my favorite opposing quarterback performance was? The guy from Charleston Southern. Last year. Jack Chambers, who's now on NC State's roster somehow.
So if you're NC State, you got to find a way to get him in for at least a play. He owns East Carolina.
That just popped into my mind when you said Georgia Southern, Charleston Southern. So, he was a beast in that game, man.
He was awesome. Running, throwing, whatever. They were going... Blake Harris, they had a pretty good defense last year. And they were going up and down the field against DC.
And then I watched them later in the year in just some random game on ESPN Plus, and he looked awful.
What was the deficit, Igoe? Do you remember? They were down at least 2 scores, right?
Charleston Southern?
Yeah. ECU got down. They had to come back.
I think it was just a touchdown.
Oh, okay.
But I think it was like 7-0, 7-7, 14. Like
Maybe it felt that way because ECU was like 28-point favorites.
Yes.
It's probably what I'm thinking of.
They definitely they scored on their first 2 possessions, I feel like.
All right, let's see if I can find any answers we haven't said yet today.
Or maybe it was 14-0.
Elton, quarterbacks, I think it might have been. Quarterbacks against East Carolina, he saw live. He said all the damn Navy quarterbacks.
Yeah, I've put those out of my memory.
Let's see.
Charleston Southern did indeed get up 2 touchdowns against the Pirates.
Oh, and then EC responded with 24 unanswered in the second quarter. Most underrated quarterback to Steve is Gardner Minshew. A lot of Byron Leftwich. He said, and I've seen this a lot too. Any second string quarterback to play against ECU seems to happen.
Like
quite
where
a
the
bit.
quarterback is, hey, this quarterback's out. This guy's getting his first career start.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anderson Williamson. a lot of syllables.
Anderson Williamson.
Just
that can't be a real.
Like person. It should be like
William
His name should be Anders Williams,
or just William Anderson.
How about that's that guy's damn name?
Anderson Williamson. It sounds like a this is before your time. They used to show the world's strongest man competitions on ESPN, and the main guy was like Magnus Magnuson Van Magnuson, and his name just kept going. Anderson for Williamson. Great name, and we got a picture of him with the Cran Man. That's what. Hey, what does a guy like Anderson Williamson look like? He looks like that.
You look like an Anderson Williamson.
His quarterback performance against ECU was Peyton Manning.
Who?
Ever heard of him?
Who?
Omaha!
Randy says
both of y'all are just off on that.
Byron one-legged Leftwich.
Speaking of Marshall, I might be stealing somebody's thunder here. Somebody put
Who spoke about Marshall?
Somebody put
Byron Leftwich.
Rakeem Cato / Blake Vanopel. That game was insane because Cato was a beast, but then he got hurt.
Who's the other guy?
The guy that came off the bench and just like lit it up, and that was the double overtime game, 64-61.
Yeah.
Andrew Bodenheimer caught a touchdown pass and rolled over my bag. Corner of the end zone.
Love a good Bode. Thank you, Steve Hill, for he's old like me. Look, Magnus for Magnuson.
It can't be.
That's his name.
That's not his name.
Hey,
what is his real name?
We got some answers from a guy that we need to mention, the Igoe. Johnny Gardner. You know that name, Stephen Igoe?
Oh, by the way,
you know that name, Stephen Igoe? Johnny Gardner?
I do. He's our basketball insider.
Well, did you see my tweet to you last night?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you follow Johnny?
Not yet, no.
What have you been doing?
I'm waiting to see if he's going to actually tweet.
It doesn't matter. It's a respect thing. Johnny's not going to tweet. He doesn't know how to tweet.
He's waiting for basketball season. It's not basketball season right now.
He's commenting on Facebook. You don't think he knows how to click tweet?
I'm going to tell him to block your ass.
Hey, Johnny, I'm about to read your answers here on Pirate Radio Live. He goes with Jeff Blake, Travis Hunter, Byron Leftwich, and the Mobile...
So I've heard both GMAC Bowl and Mobile Bowl. Which one was it?
GMAC.
Okay.
But it wasn't Mobile, Alabama.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Got them both covered. My
friend
Kenny brought up a bad memory from the Florida game.
My friend growing up used to call it the GMAC Bowl. And I'm like, bro, it's the GMAC Bowl. He's like, yeah, Pirates they lost that GMAC Bowl, didn't they, man?
The Garrett McGinn Bowl. All right, Shirley, let's open up the booty bag.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
Gift card to AJ McMurphy's. How much we putting on that thing, Shirley Rhodes?
$25.
$25.
Boy.
In this economy?
Oh, my God.
317-1250. What call are you looking for?
I'm going to go with 12.
Caller 12, 317-1250. Our 2022 ECU football position preview. Quarterbacks on the way after this.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, and get rid of unwanted hair? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations available. Visit us at beautybarmedispa.com. Also follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. Go Pirates!
Your vehicle is a big part of your life. That's why you should trust the team at Greenville Auto World for all your vehicle needs. Greenville Auto World believes in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right. Visit greenvilleautoworld.net to see their fully stocked inventory of SUVs, trucks, and cars. Need a lift kit, custom rims, or wheels? Greenville Auto World can upgrade your vehicle today. For sales or service, visit Greenville Auto World on Highway 43 in Greenville. Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulf of Mexico, a huge 38-ounce lime margarita for only $7.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
Make a splash with Bassett Triple Summer Savings from Bostic Sugg Furniture. Hot looks, cool styles. Kick back, relax, and upgrade your seats and save. Buy any regular price Bassett recliner, sofa, or sectional and get $50 to $150 off every additional seat with free local delivery plus 12 months special financing. Shop our wide selection on in-stock bedrooms, dining rooms, and other living rooms. And save the sales tax and get free local delivery now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has more American Airlines flights. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
UBE and PirateWear.com is excited to offer Pirate Nation the largest selection of new ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young Pirates in to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking uptown in Greenville. Visit them at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
Hi, this is Morgan Ehlers, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Live well, move more, and hurt less with Kinetic Physical Therapy. If you're recovering from an injury, getting back into sports, dealing with everyday pain or fatigue, then Kinetic Physical Therapy can help you get back on track and live well. Kinetic has nationally certified therapists for physical, occupational, speech, and massage therapy, all in a state-of-the-art facility on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. Visit kineticptgreenville.com for more information. And congratulations to Sydney Tinnell of Winterville. Walked away with a $25 gift card courtesy of AJ McMurphy's. And remember that AJ's has sports trivia every Wednesday night with our very own Clip Brock. They have live music every Friday and Saturday with no cover charge, and brunch every Sunday. Make today an AJ's day. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live. I don't know what it is. We always get in a silly mood.
We're just silly. We're silly.
But it is time to stop dillying, stop dallying. We got business to take care of. We are bringing back the Position previews. We had to stop the music. I think we were playing it in reverse last year. We were doing other things. I hope this works. So Glenn sent me a link for the song we use, which I can't say the title of the song, is by Tenacious D, Jack Black, Kyle Gass, and it's a part of that song. So I found, Glenn sent me a piano Did you stop over there, Schwartz?
Schwartz?
Yeah. Mike Schwartz, big table bang guy when he's talking.
Oh. Can you just get on with it?
Oh, yeah. So
this means I'm getting impatient.
He sent.
Hurry up.
He said piano version. I found an acoustic version. This is not Tenacious D. This is some dude on YouTube playing the version, and I'm singing it. Here you go. Hit it, Charlie.
What's your favorite position?
Quarterback.
That's cool with me. It's not my favorite, but I'll do it for you.
It's not bad, man.
There you
It's
go.
honestly solid. I think you should pull up Blake Pro and just start singing on Instagram and
TikTok.
Twitter.
What's your
Oh, say, can you see? Is that good?
That's pretty good.
All right. Steve-O, starting quarterback for the Pirates, Holton Ahlers. We know him. We don't need to talk about him anymore. I will ask you this. What are the biggest areas of improvement you would like to see from Holton Ahlers from his 7th year here last year to his 8th this year?
I think ECU as a whole offensively, along with Ahlers, has to start the season better offensively, more consistently. It just feels like they've started the season slower out of the gate, and part of that has been due to who they're playing in the opener. But you after a while, as you have a more experienced team, you can only use that excuse so much. We're young, it's our opener. Like now, this is the offense knows each other. You got the personnel returning for the most part. Yeah, you're opening with a legitimate team in NC State, but that also increases the need to be firing on all cylinders as much as possible going into the opener. It just seems like in the past, you look at the App State game, you look at the first NC State game, the UCF game after the pandemic, like things were kind of all over the place offensively. And by the second half of the year, like you get rolling pretty good, but how can you start the season that way where you're kind of firing on all cylinders?
Great point. Reminds me of what you just talked about there. We had high expectations for the Pirate offense last year, the way they finished 2020, and it took a little while. And we finally got there again towards the end of the year, which is why we're excited going. It's like a repeat almost.
Yeah.
And they're going to take on a good team out of the gate to see if that offense can click. All right, Mason Garcia, good to see him back. I mean, there were times where you probably thought he might be heading somewhere else just because he got tired of waiting for his turn.
Yeah, this is his 3rd year at ECU, and I think when he came here, he was probably told, hey, Holton's got 2 more years left. Then you'll have a really good chance to be the guy. And here we are going into year 3, and due to the pandemic, he does not have that chance. Now, the other factor of it is he could get an extra year of eligibility too, so he can still maintain that same eligibility. But, I mean, in the day where you can transfer so easily, it wouldn't be a shock to see him leave. But I do think ECU, the community has done a lot for Mason, and you have the new NIL opportunities. I think that has played a role. I think kind of some businesses understand how important he could be to the future of the program, and so like those people are stepping up and taking care of him, and that's a legal thing to do now. So it's like, why not take advantage of that? And that's something Mason's benefiting from. It's something several of his teammates are, and it allows him to again sit back, learn the offense. A 3rd year, I thought this spring he grew as much as I've ever seen. You were kind of waiting for that light bulb to click on. It felt like in the spring game he looked comfortable, collected. Now that's different from a game. You're not getting hit, but still, I thought he just looked comfortable reading the offense, going through his progressions, reading the defense.
All right, I thought. So I remember some design plays for him last year. Looking at the stats, I thought he played more than he actually did, because it does say he participated in 6 games.
I think that are you looking at ECUPirates.com?
Yeah.
Like the player profile?
No, I'm looking at the stats.
Okay. The player profiles are like messed up, but if you're looking at the actual season stats, it's accurate.
It says he was 2 of 3 passing for 21 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, and that he had 8 rushes for 19 yards and had a touchdown. I felt like we saw him in more, but I guess not.
I think it was more towards the early part of the year we saw him a lot, right? He threw that touchdown in the Tulane game, I want to say. But yeah, I mean, Holden was healthy the whole year, so there really wasn't a huge need for him. The games were close for the most part. Like the year prior in 2020, he played a decent amount because the games, Georgia State was lopsided, Cincinnati on the road was lopsided. There may have been another one, but either way, there wasn't a lot of opportunity to get him in outside of those special packages.
And I think we'll see him in some goal line situations or special situations this year. And I don't know if it's cynical or not. Are they doing that because he gives them a different dynamic, or are they doing it to keep him happy so he stays? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, is he? Both.
Yeah.
But I think he's definitely the better athlete, like quickness, size than Ehlers.
I like the way he runs.
Yeah. His first step, Holton's pretty fast when he gets going.
Right.
But Mason's first step is like pretty high level, athleticism. So I do think pound for pound, he's the better runner. But definitely, it's tough to say, hey, let's take, what is Holton now, 5th year senior? I can't even keep track of it. It's tough to take that guy out of the situation in the red zone, because there's so much that can be going on in the red zone as far as
which is why I asked, do they do it for a reason, or do they do it because it thinks it helps the team? I don't know, but I think we'll see it again this year.
And it comes a point, too, where like it's pretty effective maybe the first 2 times you use it, but then after teams see it, it's like unless you're going to really throw the ball or mix it up, it becomes less effective. And now that it's been in there, you got to come up with some different variations of it.
Chandler, feel free to pop in a QB question if you have one. Ryan Stubblefield, Alex Flynn.
Yep.
Those are the quarterbacks listed on the roster.
Those are the other 2 scholarship quarterbacks that will be on this year's team. And, there was some question as to whether or not Flynn would return, but I think he's whether, I don't want to say happy, but, I think he likes it at ECU, and he's, from ECU's perspective, if you get to some scenario where you need a quarterback to go in and operate the offense, he's going to know what he's doing. He's going to be able to do it to an efficient level. So, I think ECU likes having him as a safety net. And I think Ryan Stubblefield is just still kind of a wild card. Like, when I see him at times, man, he looks super dynamic. He makes some incredible plays. At other times, he just makes some errors. And I think you want to see him be more consistent behind Mason and Holton.
Yeah, I was going to ask about Stubblefield, because I feel like that's a name that we've heard in the past couple of spring games, Ryan Stubblefield, and I was going to ask about his development, but I think you kind of hit on that right there.
Yeah, I mean,
all right, so it's been hit on, so we can move on.
I just think he's
hey, those are pretty good.
I was going to ask about Ryan Stubblefield, and then
he jumped on. I hate when that happens, because you were going to ask.
He's one of my favorite guys to watch. So, like, when you're just out at practice and, like, I want to see something exciting happen. Something exciting is going to happen offensively or defensively when Stubblefield's
could
out
go
there.
either way.
Yeah, he's rolling around. He's, like, no holds barred, scrambling, throwing it. He's got a cannon. So it's just fun to watch.
I spent many years on this earth saying no holds barred and not really knowing what it meant. Like, and then I realized that, okay, so like all holds are legal in this match. I wonder what holds are barred in a normal match, CJ, wrestling guy. Answer that for me right now.
Choke hold?
Technically not a hold.
Oh, so you can't choke a guy in the ring? I guess yeah. Maybe not. Maybe like pressing. I always thought a good move in a fight would just be to press your thumbs in a guy's eyeballs.
No chokes. Technically not a hold, but a closed fist is not legal in professional wrestling.
Can't do that.
Right.
So no holds barred. You can punch a guy with your fist.
Technically can't pull hair, but people do it anyway. Just not the cane.
Why? Because his mask will come off?
Because he's bald.
He's bald.
Thank you, Chandler.
How about low blows?
Barred.
Those are illegal in a normal match.
Correct.
All right. You're listening to our quarterback position preview. Robert says, forget the red shirt, get him ready for Michigan 2023, talking about Mason Garcia.
Yeah, but how do you do that unless he just assumes the starter's role? Like, I mean, you can't just put him in for a series in the fourth quarter and be like, hey, man, this is your tune-up for the big house in front of 110,000 people to kick off a new season. Like, I don't see a scenario where you can effectively get him ready for that role unless, knock on wood, something happens to Holton and then he's got to be the starter, the full-time guy, and prepare that way. You could say, prepare as the starter, as the backup, all that sort of stuff. But, I mean, until you're actually the starter, it's just a different ballgame.
The last time we had an established starter and a QB in waiting, it was awesome for a while. Shane Card and Kurt Benkert, and then it wasn't awesome when Benkert got hurt, eventually left. So it is great to have a QB in waiting, but it doesn't always work out. But I am excited to see the future. Were you going to say something?
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'm about to segue.
I was going to say something, but this is a guy that has experience in the past, has a starting experience in the past. I was going to ask, is that the only 4 guys in that room? Is that
scholarship guys?
Is that the most dense quarterback room we've had in a while? I feel like there's been a lot of quarterbacks on this roster in the past. You've seen Walter Simmons go elsewhere and some other quarterbacks. So I just feel like this might be.
Who's the guy that moved to tight end that then transferred?
Gag.
Gag.
I think he's now working. I saw him tweet about he's got a real job now.
I feel like we can't do a QB preview without bringing up Johnny No Reps. I mean, we got to give credit. We got to give. Remember that year? Was it last year? I guess we just started Wikipediaing his dad.
It was probably during the quarterback.
It was nuts, man. What a story. So shout out to John Jacobs, Johnny No Reps.
Johnny No Reps Jacobs.
All right, my segue was going to be Igoe. We've got a quarterback of the future, but how about a quarterback of the future? Anybody on ECU's radar at the QB position? Recruit wise?
That is a great question, Clip. I'm glad that you asked. And right now there is no commitments for the quarterback. In fact, there are no commitments for the 2023 recruiting class.
What are these coaches doing?
It turns out the coaches are actually planning to leave after this season, so they're not recruiting anybody.
Well, they just forgot, and we're like, I feel like we're forgetting to do something, guys. No, we did our lesson plan.
Donnie, have you not? Well, I ain't gonna be here next year.
Well, here's the deal. So you only got, I think, 8-10 scholarships available for 2023. So they're being extremely selective. They are still recruiting. In fact, they've got 5 guys coming to campus this week. We got a story up on that on hoistedcolors.net. And they are recruiting a quarterback who is currently committed to West Virginia, Raheem Jeter. Very talented quarterback. We'll see if he ends up flipping. But actually, ECU just hired the West Virginia director of recruiting to assume that role at ECU, Scott Gaskins, I believe is his name. So you have a connection there. We'll see what transpires there. But they've also had other quarterbacks camp, 2 or 3 guys they're watching. So I think they'll definitely take a quarterback in this class because they need one. I mean, you took Simmons in 2021. He's left the program. You don't really want to go 2 classes without a quarterback. So I would expect them to take one.
So the Pirates trying to flip a guy. I saw a tweet by Dick Vitale yesterday. Love Dickie V.
Oh, baby!
All-time great. But he was talking about, and I'm not going to be able to find it. Talking about, here we go. I get so tired of situations where athletes verbally commit to a school and yet continue to visit other schools and want to be recruited. Whatever happened to the theory that your word is to be solid gold? Look, just don't commit if you're not certain that school is for you.
Solid gold, baby!
Sounds great in a perfect world that we don't live in, but is ECU morally bankrupt when they recruit a kid that's already committed, Igoe?
No. I mean, teams are recruiting.
What are they supposed to do?
All the time. And the reality, too, is, okay, player X committed to West Virginia or wherever. Doesn't have to be West Virginia. Their coach on the, entering this year, if he has a bad year, he could get let go. Why shouldn't that kid look around for, say, hey, if my coach gets to let go, I need a backup plan or I need somewhere else to go?
There's a great example. How about this one? A kid commits to a school. The school adds the number 1 and 2 running backs also as commits, and you're the number 23 running back. Should you not be able to look at other? I mean,
Has there ever been
what
a time where
dinosaur take that is? I just hate it. Like,
so has there been a time where when a kid verbally commits that they're not supposed to, that they just quit recruiting all in one?
I don't know what you're saying, but I think
so you're saying they commit and they shut it down.
Yeah, that happens. That happens quite a bit.
Some of those guys do that. Yeah, I mean,
which that's fine. That's great that they do that. But we're talking about like 15, 16-year-olds making a decision like that.
A big decision.
They're going to change their mind. I mean, it just happens. It's just part of it.
Like, I mean, you just got to understand in this day and age of recruiting. I mean, even after guys sign, there's ways they can get out of it if they really want to. So, like, I mean, yeah, especially a verbal commitment. And still, the majority of those guys end up sticking with their commitments. Like, it's not like everybody that commits is flipping all over the place, but
make it illegal for a school to contact the kid after he commits. Now, people will still do it, but if you really hate it that much, let's let the adults make the decision and not even put the kids in a position to do it.
And especially with NIL out there now, like, I mean, it's even more. It's going to be even more rampant. Like, you used to have commit, decommit just over no money, and now you have the opportunity to get money.
Can you hang out to the end of the show today?
Yeah, I got to whenever.
Sweet.
Actually, I got till 6, and then I'm leaving.
All right,
well, good deal, because that's when the show ends.
Mike says the ECU coaching staff are clearly not diaper dandies, or nor are they PTPs.
I'm actually going to have to leave.
Damn it. I knew I should have done that. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll look at the opponent quarterbacks for East Carolina this year. I know one of them. Hopefully, Igoe knows the other 11. We're back with you after this.
There's nothing more important than protecting your family. Fire ants can cause painful allergic reactions and even death. Protect your loved ones at home where you should feel the safest. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com to learn of our once-a-year treatment to guarantee you stay fire ant free. Tested and proven effective by your Eastern North Carolina exterminating professionals at Pest Tech of Greenville. Mention the crying baby for an extra 10% off.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Hey, B More. The Orioles 2022 Birdland Summer Music Series presented by Miller Lite kicks off Friday, June 17th with Flo Rida. After the O's take on the Tampa Bay Rays, stay for the post-game concert and watch Flo Rida perform live from the infield. The concert is free to all fans who attend the game, with the option to add special on-field access. With hit singles like My House and his latest single, Wait, what better way to watch Flo Rida perform live at Camden Yards on June 17th? Buy tickets now at Orioles.com/music.
Volleyball players need to be able to jump higher, dig lower, and move faster. Our athletic movement program at Kinetic this summer is just for volleyball players at ages 13 to 17. It's a 6-week program starting June 13th where you will learn the secrets on how to be more explosive, how to get the ball faster, and how to serve with power. Team up with our sports performance coaches and other players to sharpen your athletic ability and take your game to the next level. Sign up today at kptonline.com.
Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. If you're looking for wings to be delivered to your home, Wings Over Greenville has you covered with no third party needed. Wings Over Greenville has its own in-house delivery service. Be sure to try the all-new tender sandwiches by ordering ahead on the Wings Over mobile app. Open till 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday, Wings Over has everything to cure those late-night munchies. Give them a call at 758-9464. Wings Over Greenville. They deliver.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Your power's out. There's a water leak. What do? For these and other utility-related emergencies, you need service, and you want it fast. There are 2 things you can do to get the quickest response if you're a GUC customer. First, you can call the hotline at 1-855-767-2482 and report any utility-related emergency. That number is also on GUC.com. Or second, you can give GUC your phone number. The hotline process is quickest when their account records have your current phone number. Service you can count on. Greenville Utilities.
When I need jeans, I order online because I know exactly what I want. They have just one moving part, and if there's something wrong, I exchange them. Buying a vehicle, especially pre-owned, is way different. Lots of moving parts. You don't want to get stuck. For a worry-free purchase, visit Phelps Chevrolet. We've been here in town a very long time. You know us. You know we stand behind everything we sell. Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville. Come get you one.
Pirate Radio.
We're going to be bigger, faster, stronger, and older. That's always a good combination.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Taking a quick look at your stock market report, the Dow was up 303 points and closed out the day at 30,668. The NASDAQ was up 270 at 11,099, and the S&P was also up 54 points, closed out the day at 3,789. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today, 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right. Last night I asked my wife who her favorite all-time ECU quarterback was. She said, who was the quarterback in the Peach Bowl? I said, Jeff Blake. She said, him. And I said, you like him more than Garrard? And she said, oh, I really like Garrard. He's probably my favorite. And she added that Shane Carden was cute. Steven, I then wanted you to ask your wife her all-time favorite quarterback. Maybe I texted you too late. I don't know. But
my wife goes to bed early.
What was her response?
McRib, I'm going to bed.
So McRib.
And now I went down because I was recording my podcast at the time, and I was like, so who the hell is McRib? She's like, I don't care, I'm going to sleep. She was pretty mad. I'm like, all right, well, I'll just leave you alone then.
Sorry I asked.
Erica. Jeez, girl.
McRib, and we were debating, is she talking about Donovan McNabb?
Did you ask for her order?
She was just being a jerk to you, so that's pretty awesome.
That was her.
All right, I know one quarterback on the schedule for this season, and that is NC State quarterback Devin Leary.
Touchdown State!
Who is starting to get some...
Are we buying this Heisman?
I don't know about that, but I do think he's
he's good, but like... Heisman?
But like, come on.
Let me look at NFL.
Heisman is like...
Heisman
is like...
Hey,
like
Pirate fans.
National championship caliber quarterback.
Legit question. When is the last time ECU faced a Heisman Trophy winner? Have they ever? Peyton Manning never won a Heisman.
Y'all remember when Shane Carden was in Heisman talks?
Well, James Summers was in
Patrick
Heisman talks.
Peavy was mentioned as a Heisman dark horse after ECU started 2-0 that year.
Are you serious?
Yes, I remember the dang graphic on ESPN.
He was my underrated quarterback in ECU history.
He started that season just like 80% completion percentage.
Oh, yeah.
Just ridiculous numbers. And
Alex Taylor, holy cow. I'm Mike Patrick, live at Downey Ficklin Stadium.
Jonathan Williams. Just powers his way in.
Like a grown man.
Product.
Holy cow.
The J.H. Rose rampant.
Mike Patrick, man. What an all-timer. What about Brittany? Devin Leary. Yeah, I think he's going to have a good year. Hey, this time last year, though, who was the Heisman darling? Sam Howell. How'd that turn out?
And Trevor Lawrence, right?
Nah, he was the starting quarterback for the Jaguars. Usually I say stuff like that. I'm glad Igoe gets in one of those every now and then.
That was the year prior, which he had a pretty pedestrian year. Right?
Last year it was DJ Ungalulele who was awful.
Right. He was
there for a lot of the year. I'm looking at a mock to see if Leary's name pops up. I've seen Stroud. I've seen Young. Haven't seen Leary,
If you
but
do Control F and type in Devin Leary, it will highlight.
Does that really work?
Yes, sir.
Control F. Nothing happened. Thanks.
All right. Well,
Igoe. Who are the other QBs? Now, this is tough. It's super tough if you don't do research like me and if you're lazy. But even tough for guys like you because of the portal.
That is correct.
Thank you. Everybody adding QBs. So, is there a household name, or dare I say a proven commodity at the quarterback position? Because you look at Cincinnati, Ritter gone. So who is an established QB on the schedule?
That's a great question. DJ Darrow Mack. You remember him from UCF? He is now at Old Dominion. He played when...
Yeah, but what did you call him?
His name is DJ Mack.
Oh, well, you said another word.
Mac.
Oh, okay. That's what confused me. Yes.
Either way, and they took a Notre Dame transfer, so I don't know what the status is there. UCF's got the guy coming back from last year who played against ECU. Can't remember his name. He was a young guy, but they also brought in the Ole Miss transfer who also plays baseball. Also can't remember his name. So you can tell I did a lot of great research on this. Seth Hennigan from Memphis is back. He had a really good...
Him again? That was pretty good. That was all right.
It would have been better if he wasn't going into his second year of college.
You said he was back?
Yeah, he's back.
Him again? Anyway.
Just stop.
All right.
The Navy quarterback who finished last year, I believe, is back. But I don't know if they're going to roll with him. Like, I know he's got experience, but he's not like that dynamic guy that they've always had. So it'll be interesting to see if they stick with him. Ty Levate or whatever his name is. I really need to do an article on ranking the quarterbacks.
Good news, it's June, so you got plenty of time.
Give me an opponent, and I'll try to come up with who they are.
Campbell.
All right, let's be real.
Their quarterback coach, though.
All right, our guy that's been at Tulane forever.
Oh yeah, Michael Pratt.
Okay, There's a guy we know,
and he's good. He's
gotten worse.
He played last year through a bum shoulder.
Yeah.
So yeah, you would expect him to get worse.
I'm going to say BYU has a 29-year-old guy with 3 kids.
They've got a very experienced team, including their quarterback,
Jim McMahon Jr. We'll call him.
We don't know the quarterback for the Campbell.
Tanner Mangum is back for his 15th year.
Oh yeah, remember him?
Yeah, he was there forever.
What?
Is it time to go?
Damn. Temple, they probably got a crap quarterback.
Dewan Mathis left, so yeah, their quarterback situation's a mess.
We don't know who the Campbell quarterback is, but we do know who their quarterback coach is, Pat White.
Hey, good work.
And he'll be waltzing right back into Dowdy Ficklen Stadium where
Mike Patrick will be on the call. Holy cow.
Pat White is back, and he is going to get sacked. This ECU defense. Holy cow.
J.J. Millbrook. Oh,
Scotty Robinson. C.J. Wilson. Moly
Just
cow.
check out Jay Ross there.
Thank you for hanging out with us, Igoe. And we'll see you next week.
Later.
We'll talk running backs.
Vintavious Cooper is no longer the last 1,000-yard rusher.
I can't wait to talk about favorite ECU running backs. All right, Shirley Rhodes, CJ Schaefer, Chandler Honeycutt. See y'all Thursday, 3 o'clock. Thanks for tuning in today, and we'll see you then. So long, everybody.
In studio with Jeff Stein from Brown & Wood. What's new, Jeff?
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation.